This has been the John King Coaches Show on 106.5 Jack FM.
Well, good evening, sports fans. Harlan, the sports guy, and Pigskin Bob here on the John King Coaches Show, brought to you by Peters Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Buick, Fiat in Longview. Pigskin Bob with me, and Coach John King, the owner of 200 career victories. Congratulations, Coach.
Well, thank you. I was pleased with the team's effort. I thought we went over and did what we needed to do early on, and we got a big lead and were able to get everybody in. But just proud of the kids and their efforts in non-district play 3-0. And I know, there's a bunch of people made comments to me about 200 victories, and that's all fine and dandy, and that's nice. I mean, I'd rather have 200 wins than 200 losses. I can promise you that. But we all know that this is a program, and it takes everybody involved, from the administration to the coaches, the players, the parents, the community. And it's just a program win, and proud to say that I've been a part of this program that many years. Heck, I didn't know when I was going to get my first one, and much less the 200th one. So
in Kilgore,
in Kilgore,
first one in Kilgore.
That was rough, but anyway, just proud of the kids and what we've been able to do so far this year, and our goal is to go 1-0 this week.
Last week you went to Tyler, beat Legacy 69-0. Okay, I know you found something that you didn't like about your team. What did we do wrong? Because it sounds like everything was firing off on all cylinders.
Well, it wasn't perfect. I mean, but, I thought that we could have handled some things differently up front on the offensive line. We busted a couple of blocking schemes that we need to do better. And it was with the ones and the twos. I mean, it just wasn't one set person. So, I mean, you got to communicate better. Defensively, I don't know if you can say much bad about that. We gave up 2 first downs. They smothered the ball, leveraged the ball pretty good.
Dang it, boys! Yeah. 2 first downs, 1-2.
Yeah, and then we missed the last extra point. Bad snap. Even though it was the twos in there, we didn't convert that one. And then we had a couple of penalties. One, that player was ejected on. That's going to cost us this week. So I mean, there's a few things there, but. All in all, I mean, I thought it was pretty impressive showing of our kids the last non-district ball game, and just glad we went over and took care of business the way we needed to.
Is it a case where the walls started falling down? I mean, I think you scored on 3 straight plays, turnovers and recoveries in the end zone and whatnot.
Right.
Does it just? Because if you played them again this week, you probably don't beat them 69-0.
No, we're not 69 points better than Tyler Legacy. They had a couple of kids out, a couple of running backs, which that hurts you for what they do with the football. And then, we scored 3 straight plays and blew the game open, and, things just kind of snowballed from there and made a couple of big plays here and there. But you take this one out here and this one out there and see, if you got to go grind and earn it and how it works out, But no, we're not 69 points better than those guys. They just things fell in our favor and didn't fall in theirs.
So now I think there's a little bit more Elijah Johnson that we're hearing more and more about there for the Lobos. Tell us a little bit about AJ.
Well, AJ's a good player. Like I told y'all before the year started, I said everybody knows about Taylor Tatum. They're going to find out about AJ. Very good blocker. Catches the ball out of the backfield. He can run the ball between the tackles. He can run the ball on the edge. So he's a perfect fit for what our offense is. And having a fullback that's physical, a fullback that has good hands out of the backfield, and a guy that can run the ball. So he's a great compliment to Taylor. With a 1-2 punch there, and they both kind of feed off each other and unselfish.
How about your defensive line play? It seems like they are just cranked up and just firing on all cylinders right now.
I thought they played pretty good the other night. They've done a good job of holding the point. They may not, always make the play, but they're helping their teammates make it. I say this all the time. It ain't necessarily what the roach eats; it's what he falls in and messes up. So sometimes that defensive line play. That D-line play, that's what it's about. What are you disrupting? Whether it's pass protection.
It's not what he's going to eat.
No, it's what he get in and mess up. You throw it all away, don't you?
That's right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So a lot of times that's kind of what the D-line is.
Yes.
They got to be physical, get a push in the pocket, contain things on the edge, take a double team, take the guy off the linebacker so he can fit and make the play. Unselfish, O-line and D-line. I mean, that's what you got to do, and that's where real football's played. Now, let me tell you that the physicality and unselfishness and being all about the team, that's where it happens at in its truest form. Now, I'm not saying that skilled guys aren't, but believe me, the things that go on there, that just the tactical maneuvers that are used and the coaching and the techniques,
it's all up front.
Unless you've never coached O-line or D-line, you don't understand. But I can guarantee you what, there's not a lot of people signing up right now to be an offensive line coach.
Right.
That's the most difficult position to coach in football.
And for new listeners, Coach, remind us what you played.
Offensive line.
Offensive line.
Okay, thank you.
It's difficult to play to. Now look,
most difficult,
you take the least athletic.
Most important.
Now, here's the deal. You take probably the least athletic kid on the team, and me. Now I've got to learn how to run block moving forward. Now you ask me to pass block moving backwards and not get
on roller skates.
Yeah. You want me to pull and block somebody in the secondary who's faster than me. So there's a lot of things you got to do. Then you want me to learn all these blocking rules and play even front, odd front, when they blitz, when they don't blitz. So everybody says, well, the offensive line ain't blocking. It takes a little bit of time to get that, that all synced together.
I love the Coach King isms, and I'm going to give you credit for last week's title to our show, where that boy couldn't throw seeds to starving birds. I'd never heard that before.
Well, you boys need to get out of the radio booth a little more.
No, they don't let us.
Come on to practice you a little.
They won't let us out.
I don't blame them.
Seeds to starving birds. Are you kidding me?
All right, let's get ready we got district play starting next week, and you've got a new team on your schedule back in your district. Lufkin. Do we know these cats?
Panthers out of Lufkin.
Let's talk about them after this on the John King Coaches Show, presented by Peters Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Buick, Fiat, on your home for Longview Lobo football. 106.5 Jack FM.
Come see for yourself why more East Texans buy at Peters than any other dealer. The Ram truck lineup at Peters Ram is designed to go further and experience more. Choose from the largest inventory in East Texas with nationwide delivery. Or come see us to reserve the Ram truck that's right for you with the options you want. Peters Ram in Longview.
Harlan, the sports guy, Pigskin Bob, and John King back on the John King Coaches Show, and we had a lot of fun. And we talked about 200 victories, and you go through there's 3 parts to the season, Coach. By the way, this is brought to you by Peters Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Buick, Fiat. Don't you know?
I do know.
Okay,
it's impressive that you can remember that again.
That's 3 seasons. You got your non-district, you got your district, you got your postseason. Right. Mm-hmm. First part's over. All right. Now everybody in your district's 0-0. And now it's time to decide who wants to go to the playoffs. And here comes old Lufkin, and this one matters.
Well, the third part don't happen unless you take care of the second part.
That's right.
It's got to be in order. It's kind of like going week to week. You hear coaches talk about winning the next one. So this is about now you're in district play, and we open up with district play at Lufkin, a team we quite familiar with. I don't know how many times we played each other over the last few years. It's been a bunch.
Everybody counts Marshall because that's the longest, but Lufkin and Longview's right behind
Since 2002, we hadn't played anybody more than Lufkin, I can tell you. It's just
and there was a stretch there where they got us like 14 times in a row?
Yeah, 11.
Okay, sorry.
Who's counting?
We stopped at 11.
Look at that stare.
Yeah.
God,
I don't know how many games I
felt
won,
like 100.
I think I just tinkled a little bit.
It felt like 111.
I'm glad he's mad at you.
They had our number.
11 in a row, Coach.
And
then it took triple overtime and a janitor to get it straightened out.
Get inside Willie, get them fired up. Yeah. But no, Lufkin's a great football program. They had a bad year last year and missed the playoffs for the first time in 20-something years. But they're back. Mm-hmm. And they've got players. They got young players that are really good, and they got some coming out of the 9th grade middle school. So things are cycling back in the right way for Lufkin in terms of players. I've known Todd Quick since I've been in Longview. He and I were assistants at the same time. And got to really know him through track meets, powerlifting meets, just hanging out and talking. And because there's a lot of similarities there in kind of where we grew up and how we were raised and our likes and dislikes and our coaching mentality. So
he was John Outlaw's guy. You were Pat Collins' guy.
And where they went, we went.
Yeah.
So we kind of always got to talk and visit. And, of course, I had a ton of respect for Coach Outlaw and what he did. And when Todd took over, it was one of those deals where our friendship, I think, kind of strengthened through that whole deal. But No, Todd's a good football coach. He's got a great staff, and like I said, his players, they're playing football the way the Lufkin Panthers are used to playing. They're physical, they're fast, they're running the ball, they're throwing one-on-one balls, and receivers are making plays, and they're just a solid team.
How good is their quarterback, T.J. Hammond?
Not bad. It started out they rotated 2 quarterbacks, and they finally settled in on TJ, and he's a junior. I don't know. We didn't play him last year, so I don't know how much he played on the varsity, but he throws the ball effectively. He's 200-something pounds. He can run the ball, and he manages our offense. So they do put it in his hands to make plays quite often.
And they always have a big running back.
They got him one again.
Yeah. Seems like they always have one.
Had a 99-yarder against College Station, so that tells you that he's got foot speed. And then he had another 48-yard run. So they're patient for what they do. They've got a huge offensive line they're running behind. And, offensively, they've been pretty productive there. Saw them against Legacy because we had swapped that tape early on. And you could see week 1 there was a difference in that football team. Mm-hmm. They're playing with a purpose and very unselfish. They're feeding off one another. And they're good. They're solid. I feel like Lufkin's probably one of the top 2 or 3 teams in our district because our district's pretty good now. You look at what's going on with our district. You got Lancaster, you got Lufkin. That's our first 2 district opponents. McKinney North scoring a bunch of points. I think Longview's pretty good. So after us 4, I don't know, hadn't really kept up there, but West Mesquite's playing better. Tyler High's going to find their groove. Don't think they're not. They'll get it figured out.
Probably Lobo.
Forney's playing. Oh, yeah, of course. Forney. So our district's pretty tough. But, it's one at a time. And like I told the kids, it's district play. You got to factor in the points, whatever's going to, decide tiebreakers, plus or minus 15 points. All that's going to come in play week 1 on. So,
But you got to think a really good Longview team and a really good Lufkin team is a recipe for a really good football game.
It ought to be. It'll be a packed house. Todd told me they're not going to stop selling tickets. It's open there.
Bring it on.
Bring it on, baby. We'll put them on the hill. I said, fine with me. As long as I got my seat on the sideline, I don't care where they sit.
Sell tickets, Coach. I want to ask you a question, then I want to tell you why I asked the question before you answer it. Are you really glad they beat A&M Consolidated? Because if they'd lost last week and you hang a 69 on a 6A football team, any 6A football team, do you think there might be a chance for that? Oh, we got this. A little ink poisoning?
It doesn't hurt that they beat College Station.
Yeah.
Consolidated. I said College.
Well, that's okay. That's the
same town. But it doesn't hurt. But, like I told him, I said, it doesn't matter. I told our kids Monday, and I've told them every day, it doesn't matter what a record is or what previous scores are against common opponents. It's Longview Lufkin. Throw them out the window. You're going to have to go down there, and you're going to have to earn it.
But you wouldn't want them going into the week thinking, easy. Right?
I don't think our kids are that stupid. They know what Lufkin's about. They've been down there as middle school players, freshman players, JV players. They know what kind of juice you got to burn. Track meets, basketball games, you name it.
Yeah.
Our kids are not going to drink that rat poison.
Well, because they have been tested in the past.
Every time you play Lufkin, you test. I'm telling you, there's games that we've won and games we've lost. It's just been a knockdown, drag-out every time. And there's times I thought we were the better team, we got beat. There's times they were probably the better team, we beat them. You got to go earn it, and you got to make plays. And it's going to come down to those 4 or 5. And you can't do something stupid to give up points right before the half or coming out of the half.
What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. Any dogs in the house? Woo, 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 woo. Any dogs in the house? Woo, 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 woo. Now, with that out of the way, shall we begin?
Woo! Hell yeah! 106.5 Jack FM presents Longview Lobo High School football.
Lobo Nation, you're listening to the Lobo Radio Network on KOOY Jacksonville. Brought to you by Peter Chevrolet Chrysler Dodge Jeep Buick and Longview. Longview Kilgore Cable TV. The law offices of Sorey and Hoover. Eastman Credit Union. First Choice Personnel. Sophie's Car Wash. Bish RV of Longview. Christus Good Shepherd Medical Center. The Bug Police. Flood Out Restoration. McDaniel's Quality Body Works. And Telco Plus Credit Union. Lobo Nation. Are you ready? The Lobos are on 106.5 Jack FM.
Brian Houston and Johnny Vaughn live, and Matt, we've got an echo. It is about 2 minutes to kick off. They're doing the coin toss right now, and we apologize for all the maneuvering to try to get the pregame in. But the bottom line is, what are the keys to victory in this classic East Texas game tonight, Johnny?
Well, Lufkin last week went into A&M Consolidated, went to their place, and they ended up with a big upset. That was the number 3 ranked team in the state. Lufkin's been down the last couple of years, but they're back this year. They're loaded. They're just like the old Lufkin, and I think the keys to victory is last week they got some big runs. They had a touchdown of 99 yards and 48 yards. And Longview is going to have a test here tonight. They can't give up those kind of long plays, and I think the team that makes the fewest mistakes has probably got a chance to win this thing, probably will win this game. I think you got to look and see how both the defensive line and the offensive line for both teams handle each other's offense, because we've got a big running game. They've got a big back. They've got 2 backs. They like to run the football. Had a 99-yard touchdown and a 43-yard touchdown running the football. So these are like mirror images this year.
It's going to be a great game. Looking at the video from the A&M Consolidated win that Lufkin had last week, their defense flies around the field. They break up passes in the secondary. They can get after the quarterback. They can make interceptions. So they've got, like you said, mirror images. And, again, it's a classic East Texas football matchup. High school football is just better when these two teams are good, and especially when they're in the same district, and the district opener is tonight. Lufkin won the toss, and they have elected to receive. They're in the purple uniforms, and Michael Fields is going to put the foot into it, and it's going to go out of the back of the end zone. So no chance for 16 Braden Murphy to return that kick. Lufkin will start on offense. They'll come out with T.J. Hammond at quarterback. Kedron Young is the great running back for Lufkin. And we'll also see on the offensive line Jacob Wiebe. At center, the guards Daniel Torres and Jordan Nichols. The tackles Aaron McMillan and Gio Villegas. The receivers Braden Murphy, Orion Hart, and Braden Walker. And they will start 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And the Lufkin Panthers about to get this one underway. They'll come out with a split backfield in the gun. And they'll hand it off right up the middle. And that may be Javori Garrett that takes that first carry. It is Garrett. And he gets a yard on the play, and it's going to be 2nd down and 9 for Longview's defense. On the front line, Billy Smith, Amarian Watkins, and Jordan Wright. The linebackers, Jeremiah Rugley, Caden Brooks. Tadarian Boone was a monster last week. And Chase Smith. Check the corners in the secondary in just a second. From the 26, Hammond. Slant pass caught by number 9, Orion Hart, to the 40-yard line. And it's good for a 1st down.
They had twins on the far side, but they ran the slant on this side. They were kind of a little bit of a mismatch, and they made the throw and the catch.
So move it out to the 40, and it's going to be actually the 41 is where they'll spot it. The secondary, again, Jakeevan Curry and Jaden Simmons are the corners. Willie Nelson and Dadrian Garrett are the safeties, and it's 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Again, in the split backfield, 2 wideouts to the far side of the field. They'll hand it off up the middle, and Garrett again across the 46, and he's tackled by number 96, Omarion Watkins, after a gain of 5 on the play. The scary thing about this game, Johnny, is Lufkin is the first team Longview's seen this year that may be able to match him athlete for athlete.
Exactly, and they do the same thing Longview. They like to run the football, and they'll throw some, but they like that power attack. They've got the big back to do it with.
And we haven't even seen Kedron Young carry the football yet. 2nd down and 5 for the Panthers. Again in the split backfield. Now Young takes it. Young sweeps to the left. He'll fight to about the 49-yard line. And getting up off of the bottom of the pile, it's going to be number 32 for the Lobos. That's Caden Brooks. And it's 3rd down and 2 now. And the ball is at the Lufkin 49-yard line. They're going from our left to our right. 83 degrees. We do have no wind now blowing, but we had a good stiff wind coming out of the south about an hour ago, but that's died down. 2 wideouts to the left. On 3rd down and 2, they'll throw it, and the ball is incomplete. The receiver cut in. The ball was thrown outside. Total miscommunication by the quarterback and the receiver. And again, that receiver was number 9, Orion Hart, and it's going to be 4th down and 2, and they're going to send the punter on.
Yeah, that was his mix-up. The quarterback was, or the receiver was going to do the same play they did earlier. The quarterback threw it out, so that was just a mix-up between the quarterback and the receiver.
Eddie Vargas is back to punt. Line of scrimmage is the 49. He's back at the Lufkin 35. He rolls to his right. Soccer kicks it. It rolls at the 20 and goes out of bounds. That's going to be a kick of 32 yards. And a good job by Vargas of pinning Lufkin back at about the 20-yard line. So the Longview Lobos will come out at 9:32 to go here in the first quarter, and they'll start at their own 20-yard line. The lineup again will be Jordan Allen at quarterback, Elijah Johnson and Taylor Tatum in the backfield. The offensive line, Tavian Morgan at center. The guards, Jacoby Watts and Mongo Williams. The tackles, Martin Guerrero and Jax Norman. Angel Ramos is the tight end. The receivers, Jalen Hale and DeKalen Reese. They go wide right. And one back, play action, RPO, thrown, caught at the 35 and gets out to the 40. That's Jalen Hale, and it's a pickup. First down, Longview.
Yeah, they had twins on the far side, and he runs the slant and gets open and gets the catch. I think you're going to see them try to get the ball to Hale more tonight than they have the last couple of weeks.
Defensive line, Brendan Baker and Jordan McClendon inside, Braylon Holman and Christian Crane on the outside. We'll check the other part of the defense. 1st and 10 from the I formation this time, and they'll hand it off. And getting thrown back for no gain on the play is Tatum. And the defensive line in the front for Lufkin having their way this time. The linebackers, Tanner Havard, had an interception for a touchdown last week. Charlie Deaton and Chrisman Sigler are the outside linebackers. The corners, Jacorius Taylor, Cam Lister, and the safeties, Isaiah Menifee and Michael Mosley. 2nd down after a gain of 2. Ball's at the Longview 42. Man in motion is Hale coming out of the slot. They'll swing it out to the backfield. Elijah Johnson hit in the backfield, and a nice defensive play back there by Lufkin's number 4, Chrisman Sigler, who sniffed that out and stopped it for no gain. It's going to be 3rd down and 8.
You might see them run off of that play. They threw it in the flat, but they also had Jalen Hale going deep. So they may come back to that and go to the deep route. We'll see if that doesn't happen later on.
Tatum goes to the sideline checking in. Frederick Hawkins at wide receiver. There are 3 wideouts and a tight end lined up to the right. Allen back to throw, fires left side, caught and out of bounds. Number 11, that's DeKalen Reese. And it's good for a 1st down and a clutch catch and throw for Longview in Lufkin territory at the 44-yard line, a gain of 15 and a 1st down.
DeKalen Reese in these first few games has been a really effective receiver for Longview.
No doubt. And they may need him tonight. They again have 2 wideouts to the right side. Ball's on the left hash mark on 1st and 10. They'll hand it off up the middle. Elijah Johnson. Johnson dancing around and gets almost 10 on the run. They'll drop him down at the 37-yard line and give him 6. Nice dancing run by Johnson inside the Lufkin 40 to the 38-yard line. 7:31 to play in the first quarter. Fast-moving quarter and no score in this game so far. 2nd down and 4, Longview. Hale goes wide right. 2 wideouts come to the short side of the field on the left. Ball's right in the middle of the field. Running back Johnson goes in motion. A flag goes down and illegal procedure is called against the Longview Lobos. That'll be 5 yards. And now it gets them behind the chains a bit. It'll be a 2nd and long situation. So back it up. Allen comes into the ball game tonight throwing for 70% of his passes have been completed. He's 1st in the district in that area. Has thrown for 534 yards, 7 touchdowns, but the biggest number, 0 interceptions. 2nd and 9 now. Back at the 45-yard line, they'll hand off to Tatum. Right side, bust through for a hole, gets to the 36-yard line, almost has yardage enough for the first down. He's 2 yards shy.
They ran a trap play behind Mongo Williams, and he cut right back behind the block and picked up the nice yardage.
So now it's going to be 3rd down and 2 for the Lobos. Tatum comes into tonight's ball game. 299 yards. He's averaging almost 9 yards a carry. I formation, turn, hand off, Tatum up the middle, bounces outside, gets the first down, gets to the 31-yard line. A 6-yard gain, move the sticks. Longview first down with 6:18 to go in the first quarter. A packed home side for the Lufkin Panthers, who've been having a couple of lean years the last 2 years. 6-4 2 years ago, 4-6 and missed the playoffs last year. But on a 3-0 start coming into tonight's ball game, this joint is packed on this side and a great crowd of Longview Lobo fans on the other side. On 1st and 10, they'll sweep it, and Tatum will fight to the 25-yard line before being knocked down there by number 11, Braylon Holman. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Drive started with 9:32 to go in the first quarter. We're at 5:38 right now. So a good time-consuming drive, keeps the Lufkin defense on the field.
This will be the 9th play of the drive to start for Longview. Pretty impressive, huh?
Very. 2 wideouts to the left side. Hale's in the slot, and they'll hand it off to Elijah Johnson outside. He's going to get to the 20. Oh, good open field tackle at the 20-yard line, because that looked like that was going to go for a lot more. Sigler made the stop for Lufkin, but it's not before Longview got a first down. But I'm telling you, it looked like Elijah Johnson might be able to take it even further. 5:14 to play in the first quarter. No score. Longview driving almost in the red zone now on their opening drive of this first quarter. Wing to the left, split backfield, handoff, Elijah Johnson up the middle, gets to the 15, fights to get to the 12, and then gets shoved back. A good hard run by Elijah Johnson. They'll give him the 14. That's a 6-yard gain, and a good push by the Lobo offensive line against a good Lufkin front.
I tell you, I think he's one of the surprises this season. He is a real load at fullback. I mean, he is tough to tackle.
There is no fall off when he steps in and takes Tatum's place in the tailback position. Now they'll come out in the I formation with that fullback just 2 yards behind the quarterback under center. They'll turn, hand it off left side. Tatum finds running room to the left side, gets out of bounds at the 6-yard line. Tackle made out there by number 7, Ladarius Jackson for Lufkin. And it's going to be another first down for the Lobos. 1st and goal from the 6-yard line.
And Johnson had the block that got the running room for Taylor Tatum. He was leading the place. I mean, so he can run and block.
4:04 to play in the first quarter. No score. Lufkin threatening, 1st and goal from the 6. They'll turn from the I, hand it off. Tatum bounces it outside. Walk the dog. Touchdown. Longview. Taylor Tatum. Well, that was an impressive first drive by the Longview Lobos.
I tell you, it's 11 plays, 80 yards, and most of it on the ground. Just an effective first series for Longview, which has probably got to take a little bit of the air out of Lufkin.
Lobos make a statement on that first drive, and they send Michael Fields out. Fields has 17 extra points without a miss, 2 field goals on the year. Trying for number 18 here. Snap is back, kicks up, and it's good. And with 3:54 to play in the first quarter, Longview leads it 7-0 over Lufkin. And you are listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Come see for yourself why more East Texans buy at Peters than any other dealer. Experience fun and freedom with the legendary Jeep line at Peters. Built with you in mind and ready for adventure. Choose from the largest inventory in East Texas with nationwide delivery. Or come see us to reserve your next new Jeep with the options you want. Peters Jeep in Longview.
Sophie's Car Wash, a longtime sponsor of Longview Lobo football. Now with their third location in Lakeport, plus the original on Highway 80 and their self-serve location on Wall Street in Longview. For savings and convenience, get a monthly pass good at the Highway 80 location or in Lakeport.
Sophie's is a place to be.
Once again, Sophie's Car Wash is proud to support Longview Lobo football. Go Lobos!
Fields will kick it off. After the Longview touchdown, it's taken at the goal line and brought out to the 5, the 10, 15, 18-yard line, and he'll go out of bounds. And
number 16, Brady Murphy, taken out of bounds by number 16.
So good job by the coverage.
First down, Panthers.
Lufkin will come out and set up 1st and 10.
Sponsored by Georgia's.
At their own 19-yard line. Taylor Tatum with the 6-yard touchdown run. Johnny, you talked about the drive.
Yeah, 11 plays, 80 yards, and Tatum carried the ball 6 times in that drive and got the score.
So here come the Panthers now. 1st and 10 from the 19. Back to throw. Quarterback overthrows his intended receiver out to the left side. You saw something, Johnny. What did you see as Hammond throws incomplete?
Yeah, it looked like he was going to go by the corner, but he did have over-the-top help. But they had some room there to get the ball in, but the ball was overthrown. So I think they'll come back to that play.
Second down and 10. They'll come out in an offset eye, a pistol look. Play action, and then the quarterback Hammond will try to shuffle it out to Kedron, and it's incomplete. That's a dangerous play. Young didn't make the catch on that. I guess they'll rule it as a forward pass, and it's incomplete. And it'll be 3rd down and 10. And Longview's defense getting after Lufkin right now.
That play right there showed you the kind of speed Longview has on defense. They're going to run the option and make the pitch, and Longview is just there as the second the ball's pitched.
They'll come out split backfield this time. T.J. Hammond walking up and down the line of scrimmage to communicate. Man in motion goes to the right side. Hammond back to throw. Fires over the middle. Intercepted. He's going to take it back. 20, 10, 5. Touchdown. Longview Lobos. To Marion Boone.
Boone has been unbelievable this year. He got a defensive touchdown last week, and now he gets one here.
Boone just steps up as the ball's thrown right to him. I don't know what Hammond was looking at, but he threw it into a crowd, and Boone picked it off and took it for a pick 6. And the Lobos are about to take a 2-touchdown lead with 3:31 to play here in the first quarter. Fields back on to try the extra point. Kick is up, and it's good. And with 3:31 to play in the first quarter, Longview 14, Lufkin nothing. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Why hire the Lobo lawyers? Because if you've been seriously injured through no fault of your own, you don't have to fight the insurance company alone. We are your pack, and we will fight for you. When it's time to Lobo up and lawyer up, call Sophie and Hoover, the Lobo Lawyers. 903-CALL-DAN. Board-certified personal injury trial lawyers. 903-CALL-DAN. That's 903-CALLDAN. Sophie and Hoover, the Lobo Lawyers.
September 3rd is Bacon Day. September 19th is Talk Like a Pirate Day. Arr, matey. September 25th is Comic Book Day. But any day is a good day to save big on crazy fast internet and unlimited data. Get Cable Links broadband up to 150 meg internet and unlimited data together for under $25 per month. We make it easy to switch. Plus, everything wireless in your home connects best with true broadband speeds and no...
Pick 6 by Tadarian Boone makes it 14-0. Lufkin, Longview on top of Lufkin. Kickoff by Longview, taken by the Lufkin return man at the 2-yard line. Brings it out to the 20, 25, and he'll go down. And there's a flag over on the far side, right at the Longview bench. So we'll see what all that's about. Tonight's ball game brought to you in part by Longview Kilgore Cable, First Choice Personnel, Bush RV, Sophie's Car Wash, Telco Plus Credit Union, Longview Orthopedics, The Bug Police, Christa's Good Shepherd Medical Center, Flood Out Restoration, and McDaniel's Quality Body Works. And we're waiting to see what that call is all about. It was right in front of the Longview bench at the end of the kickoff return, out to the 35. And we have a personal foul against Longview that's going to tack on 15 yards. And so Lufkin's going to have tremendous field position to start this drive down 14-0 as they'll bring the ball out after the 15-yard penalty at the end of the spot to the 47-yard line. Not a good place for that kind of a penalty.
No, that's, I don't know exactly what went on, but that needs to be corrected. You don't want to do that and give somebody this kind of field position.
Hammond and company out with 3 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left. Ball's on the left hash mark. Hammond will hand off. Kedron Young. Young, left side, breaks a tackle. Gets down the sidelines, picks up the first down, and he'll go out of bounds somewhere around the 40-yard line in Longview territory. It's a 14-yard gain and a first down, and you see the burst of speed that Young gives the Lufkin Panthers.
Yeah, and he also see his power because he was hit and just went through the tackler and ended up picking more yardage.
They'll come out 1st and 10 at the Longview 40 again. 3 wideouts to the right side and a running back lined up on the left side of Hammond, the quarterback. They'll hand it off to Young again. Young this time hit at the line, right in the hole, gets to about the 41-yard line. Good job by the defense and the tackle made by Boone.
Boone's the 3-year starter, and this season in particular, he's just been unbelievable the first 3 games of the season.
Spotted at the 39. It's 2nd down and 9. 3 wide to the right. They continue to use the same formation, spreading Longview out. Hammond looks to his left. He'll fire it. It's caught at the 32, 33-yard line, and he's tackled out there by number 18, Jakeevan Curry. It's short of the first down by about 2 yards. Just a quick out. 3rd down and 2 from the Longview 32 after a gain of 8 on the play. Now you've got split receivers, twins on either side. Young lines up just to the left of Hammond, the quarterback. Long snap count. Now Hammond back to throw, looks, flushed out of the pocket, rolls, and it's caught at the 16-yard line. Nice catch, found a receiver open, Kevondra Taylor, for a first down for Lufkin at the 17-yard line. It's a pickup of 14, first down. And right up to the line of scrimmage come the Panthers. In their all-purple jerseys and pants with the black shoulders, the white numbers, purple headgear, and the white script pack written out on the helmets. Handoff. Young fights outside, breaks a tackle, gets to the 12, and goes down right there.
He shows his power there as he just ran over one of the Lobos at the line of scrimmage, ended up with a nice gain.
That's down at the 12, 6 yards, 2nd down and 5 for the Panthers with 1:10 to go in the first quarter. They trail 14-0, but they're challenging. Confusion there on the sidelines with the receivers. They're not sure what the play is. Again, twin wide receivers to either side. Now man in motion goes to the far side for 3 on the right side, on the left side, and a quick pass out in the flat, and he's on the ground. And I don't know why they didn't just blow it dead immediately, because he caught it on the ground. That was complete out in the flat for a loss by Kevondrick Taylor. And they lose yardage back to the 17-yard line.
Lose us 5 yards on the pass play.
So now it's going to be 3rd down and almost 10 for the Panthers with 22 seconds to go in the quarter. Hammond with split wide receivers, twins to either side. Again, man in motion to the far side. And now a fade into the end zone. 50-50 ball going up and getting it. Touchdown. Touchdown, Lufkin Panthers.
That was just a great catch. They were running the fade route, and Longview had coverage, but it was a jump ball.
I could never make out the number, Johnny.
I'm pretty sure that it was number 16, Braden Murphy.
Okay. Murphy makes the grab for the touchdown on a 17-yard pass. Kick by Vargas is good. And it's just like what we thought it'd be. 3 seconds to go in the first half, and it's going to be a ball game. Longview 14, Lufkin 7. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Attention all bug police units. Attention all bug police units. We have a 1014 home invasion in progress. Remember to use caution. These delinquents will use any and every means necessary to break into the home. And once inside, they will illegally set up headquarters. Their lawless and destructive ways cannot be permitted to continue.
Don't let pests take over your home. Shut the operation down today. Call the bug police to patrol your property at 553-9003. Online at thebugpolice.com. They shoot to kill and aim to please.
TJ Hammond with a 17-yard touchdown pass to Braden Murphy cuts the score to Longview 14-7. A 7-point lead with 3 seconds to go in the first quarter of this ball game. We thought this was going to be a wild one, and it's kind of shaping up that way right now, Johnny.
Yeah, and I mean, Lufkin, that's an impressive response to Longview's touchdown as they get in and, you know, they're down and they just go to basically the length of the field and they get the touchdown and bring this game back to 7 points. They've got players. I mean, they've got some guys that are talented.
It's a hungry football team. There's no doubt about that. And the Panthers are going to kick it off now. Vargas will put his foot into it. And it'll be taken at the 16, out to the 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Still on his feet, running out of bounds, and finally is knocked out. And that's going to be number 20 for Longview. And that's Kelvin Washington, who really made a name for himself last week with a lot of kickoff returns and big plays in the game against Tyler Legacy.
What a great return that is. I mean, catches it in the end zone. They got is there a penalty?
I think that's the end of the first quarter. And after one, it is Longview 14, Lufkin 7. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
When you're in need of collision repair, you need a shop that has a proven track record of being experienced, reliable, and friendly. McDaniel's Quality Body Works has stood the test of time in Longview for 89 years. From the early years of repairing Furies, Bel Airs, and Studebakers to today's complex Cobras, Stingrays, and Silverados, McDaniel's has been committed to your automotive collision repair needs since 1933. McDaniel's Quality Body Works in Longview, Kilgore, and Gilmer is the solution to your collision repair needs.
Extra yardage checking special at Telco Plus Credit Union. Gain the extra yardage you need by opening a Telco Plus checking account. Open one new checking with promo code 50yards to earn $50. Telco Plus checking account have 2-day early deposits, instant issue debit cards, and a lot more. Offer September 1st through 30th, 2022. Visit telcoplus.org for full details and restrictions. Federally insured by the NCUA. Must complete 7 purchases by October 14th to earn $50.
Longview Lobo High School football.
Brought to you by Peters Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Buick, and Longview.
Deep ball on the first play of the second quarter as Jordan Allen, he throws it on a fly pattern to Jalen Hale, complete to the 7-yard line. What a throw and catch by Allen to Jalen Hale, and that's going to be all the way down to the 10 for 42 yards. They're going to spot it at the 12, so make that actually a gain of 40.
Yep. Just straight fly pattern, and Jalen Hale able to outrun the secondary, made the catch. An outstanding play.
And from the 7-yard line, they'll hand it off to Tatum into the end zone. Touchdown, Longview. Wow, what an answer.
Yeah, no kidding. And a quick one.
Woo. Taylor Tatum with his second touchdown of the night. And just like that, sparked by a big 49-yard kickoff return by Kelvin Washington, and then a 40-yard pass from Allen to Hale. Tatum with the touchdown run, the PAT now with Michael Fields, and there was movement on the line, and a flag goes down before the snap. It's illegal procedure against Longview, so back it up. Move it back 5 yards. Now it becomes a 25-yard field goal, basically. And again, movement in the defensive line. And this time, it's illegal procedure again for the second straight time. So now another 5-yard penalty. Now it's a 30-yard try for a point after. I don't know what's going on the right side of that offensive line, but they're not getting set. And John King's out on the numbers and letting them know about it, too.
I wouldn't want to be whoever it is causing the problem when it comes off.
High snap this time, but the kick is up, and the kick is good. And with 11:29 to go in the first half, it's now Longview 21, Lufkin 7. This is Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Come see for yourself why more East Texans buy at Peters than any other dealer. The Ram truck lineup at Peters Ram is designed to go further and experience more. Choose from the largest inventory in East Texas with nationwide delivery. Or come see us to reserve the Ram truck that's right for you with the options you want. Peters Ram in Longview.
Brian Houston and Johnny Vaughn live at Abe Martin Stadium and John Outlaw Memorial Field for the opener of the district season. Longview leads Lufkin 21-7 after Kelvin Washington returned a kickoff 49 yards to midfield. Jordan Allen followed with a 40-yard pass to Jalen Hale to the 7-yard line. That set up Taylor Tatum with his second touchdown of the night from 7 yards out and made it 21-7 with 11:29 to go in the first half. The second quarter of this ball game brought to you by Longview Kilgore Cable TV, the first to offer gig speeds to all of the Longview area. Find them all at cablelinks.com/getgig now. Fields puts his foot into it. Taken at the 10. Brought out to the 15. Down at the 20-yard line. Again, good kickoff coverage by the Lobos.
Well, Lufkin was able to respond to the last touchdown by Longview, and they came back and got a score. Now Longview gets the ball back. They immediately go down and score. And I think right now there's a lot of pressure on Lufkin to try to get a score to stay in this game, because you could see the momentum switching. At least I think I can see it. What do you think?
Well, it's really got to be demoralizing when you come back like Lufkin just did to get a touchdown, after a pick six, and then to see Longview take 2 plays to set up a 7-yard touchdown pass,
Exactly.
So again, they come out with 4 wide, 3 to the left side. They've run that most of this time in the last 2 drives. They'll hand it off right up the middle, and Young is on to get to about the 24-yard line. Might have gained a couple on the play. It's 2nd down and 8. Lobos on defense. 3-man defensive line, 4 linebackers. And already with a defensive touchdown after scoring 2 defensive touchdowns last week. On second down, 3 wide to the left side. They'll hand off up the middle. Young found a little running room, and then it closed, and he got slammed at the 27-yard line. Boone again with most of the middle of the Longview defense. A push for about a yard. Now it's to the 28, and it'll be 3rd down and 4. Lufkin moving from our right to our left. 85th meeting between these two teams. Johnny, you've seen, 70 of these?
Probably.
4 wideouts, 2 to either side on 3rd down and 4. Hammond fires right side. Ball's caught, and then out of bounds he goes for the first down at around the 34-yard line. Kevondrick Taylor has been the leading receiver for the Lufkin Panthers tonight.
That pass is good for a Panthers first down.
So move the ball to the 34 for a gain of 6. Good enough for a first down for Lufkin. They keep the drive alive. Again, 3 wideouts to the left. Ball's on the right hash mark. Young is in on Hammond's left side. Low snap, picked up, and then Young's blown up in the backfield. Big defensive hit by number 96, Omarion Watkins. Can't make that kind of mistake. You're going to give that Watkins guy a chance to eat that running back alive.
He's been playing really great this season. He's had an outstanding first part of the season. That time it was a huge play. Looked like he just went through unblocked.
4-yard loss on the play, back to the 30-yard line. It's 2nd down and 14. Panthers football, trailing by 2 touchdowns. They send Young in motion to the right side. They'll flare the pass out to Young, and he's knocked out of bounds by Boone. They'll spot him out at the 35-yard line. Still going to be 9 yards short of the first down. 3rd down and 9 from the 35. Panthers on 3rd down, checking the sidelines for the call from the offense. Hammond takes the snap, drops straight back, fires it right side. It's caught short of the first down by number 9, Orion Hart. And that's going to be a decision now on 4th down and 1, and Todd Quick sends the punt team out. So good job by the Longview defense to come up, make a play on the far left side and knock the man out of bounds just a yard shy. So Vargas is going to have to come on and punt. The line of scrimmage is going to be the 44-yard line. He's back at his own 29. Snap is back, it's good. And now, again, one of those low rugby-style kicks that rolls and bounces a long way and goes out of bounds at about the 22-yard line. And that's going to be a gain on the punt of 35 yards with no return. So Lobo defense comes up big.
Yeah, that was a great answer on part of the Lobo defense, and that was the same situation we saw last week when Legacy decided to go for it on about the same position. They went for it, didn't make it, and the whole rest of the game just went backwards for them. Lufkin tonight decides to punt it and make Longview go a long way for a touchdown or a score.
From the I formation, they'll hand it off to Tatum. Up the middle, Tatum goes, and he's not going to have much running room. Inside pressure by Brendan Baker and Jordan McClendon, along with Tanner Havard, and a gain of 1 on the play for Longview. Ball is at the 24-yard line. It will be 2nd down and 9 with 8:03 to play in the first half. 21-7, Longview on top. Both teams 3-0. Longview comes in number 1 in the state. Jordan Allen on play action sets up a screen. Out to Tatum on the left side. 40, out of bounds. I checked that. That's Jalen Hale he set that screen up to. And Hale moves the sticks as he runs out of bounds at the 42-yard line for a gain of 19.
That was a good call. They had Tatum in the slot over here, Hale on the other side. They look right and throw back to the left and get a nice play.
Nice play design by Longview. 7:45 to play. First half, 1st and 10 from the I formation. Single back, handoff, right up the middle. Tatum, no running room that time. And a good defensive play made by number 8, Tanner Havard, the linebacker. Outstanding player. 1 yard gain to the 43. At halftime, we'll hear from Harlan the Sports Guy and Pigskin Bob as they preview tonight's Friday Night Football Scoreboard Show on 105.7 KYKX. 2nd down and 9. Play action. Allen fires it out in the left flat. That's Tatum. Tatum spins, turns, runs out of bounds for a first down. I'll check that. They marked him out of bounds a yard shy at the 49-yard line in Lufkin territory, so it's going to be 3rd down and 1 for Longview. We'll also be talking to Dr. Josh Russell from Longview Orthopedics, former Texas A&M Aggie, works along the sidelines helping out with the medical staff for the Longview Lobos. Turn, handoff, Tatum up the middle. Tatum driving across the 45 to the 43-yard line. About 7 yards on that carry and a first down for the Longview Lobos. 6:52 to go in the first half. It's flown by.
Taylor getting a lot of carries here in this first half. He's picked up almost 50 yards at this point.
They'll come out in the split back formation, play action. Jordan Allen looking left side. He'll fire it. It's almost intercepted. Oh my goodness. It hit that defensive back right in the numbers, and number 11, Charlie Deaton, was not able to come up with it. Mercy. I mean, that ball was thrown right into the DB's number. That's as close as Jordan Allen's come to an interception all year.
Yep, that would have been his first.
Knock on wood. Whew. Dodged a bullet there. 2nd down and 10 for the Lobos. From the gun, they'll hand it off. Elijah Johnson on the right side gets some running room to the 37-yard line. That's a 6-yard gain. Sigler made the stop. It's 3rd down and 5. Lobos football as they try to extend this 21-7 lead. Game's a lot closer than the score shows, but Lufkin is trying to keep him from blowing this thing open right now. Lobos send Hale out to the far left. He's by himself. 2 wide receivers to the right. There's a slot to the left, and Allen's just going to keep it. He gets it to the 30, to the 25, 20, 15, and down inside the 15 at about the 13-yard line. Pickup of 24 yards and a quarterback run for a first down for the Longview Lobos.
They ran a trap play on the far side, and he cut behind the block, turned it up, and it ended up with a great run, and they're in touchdown territory again.
We've said it for the first 3 ball games going into tonight. Allen doesn't run a lot, but whenever he does, it seems to be a big play, and there's a penalty on the end of that play.
He's a very effective runner, and what you don't really realize is how big he is. Once he gets past the line of scrimmage, nobody's all that interested in hitting him.
So the flag after the play moves the ball down to the 6-yard line. It's 1st and goal, Longview, with a chance to take a 3-touchdown lead here before what is a huge crowd at Abe Martin Stadium. 2 tight ends, now they're going to call timeout. John King wants to talk it over. He knows this is a key time in the ball game. 5:19 to go in the first half. It is 21-7, Longview on top of Lufkin. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Did you know that you can make your current home your perfect home with an ECU home equity loan? Need another room? Want to remodel the kitchen or just need repairs? Whatever your situation, we've got a loan for that. Whether you have a lot of equity in your home or just a little, Eastman Credit Union has a home equity loan option that's right for you. Visit ecu.org/home equity to learn more or apply today. ECU is an equal housing opportunity lender.
Longview up 21-7, 5:19 to play in the first half. Brian Houston with Johnny Vaughn, and on that first down after Jordan Allen picked up about 15 for the first and goal at the 6, John King wanted to talk it over. This is a key play in this ball game for Longview. How huge would it be to score right here toward the end of the first half and have a 3-touchdown lead against a team that you figured was going to be one that might hit you in the mouth tonight?
Exactly, and you don't know what that'll do to them going in before halftime if Longview scores here.
2 tight ends, they'll hand it off. Elijah Johnson up the middle, in. Did they get in? Touchdown, Longview. Elijah Johnson, 6-yard run.
I mean, this is a guy at the first year. He played last year, but I mean, he is really an effective runner. I mean,
no doubt.
He's just so strong. I mean, they hit him, and he just doesn't go down when the first guy hits him. And that was a case in point there. It was a 6-yard run, but he ran over a couple guys to get to 6 yards.
They moved the pile for 3 of those last yards to get in. Fields kicks the extra point. And again, it's good. And with 5:11 to go in the first half, now Longview up 28-7 on Lufkin. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
And for the win, name something that is hard to find.
Your keys, 4-leaf clover, needle in a haystack, true love.
I'm sorry, the correct answer is a job. Better luck next time.
Don't trust luck. Trust First Choice Personnel. For years, First Choice has been delivering hard-to-find talent, even in highly competitive sectors. First Choice Personnel will be the only choice you need. FirstChoicePersonnel.net.
Dan Story has been named to the top 10 nursing home lawyers in the state of Texas. Many East Texans have questions about the care of their loved ones in a nursing home. They just don't know who to ask. If you suspect your loved one has been abused in a nursing home, unexplained falls and bruises, malnutrition and bed sores, call for a free consultation. 903-CALL-DAN. As a community, it's important to look out and protect our elderly population. 903-CALL-DAN. That's 903-CALLDAN.
Longview takes a 28-7 lead over the Lufkin Panthers. Elijah Johnson with a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Lobos with all the momentum against a really talented football team in the Lufkin Panthers.
Yeah, Lufkin's in a position now where they almost have to score points on this drive.
The kick gets away from Fields. It's going to go out of bounds. Boy, Fields made a risky decision to let it go out of bounds back, or the return man did, back at the 2-yard line, because it almost didn't make it. And that was a live football. But the choice was good, and the flag will bring the ball out and give Lufkin good field position here with 5:11 to go here in the second quarter.
First down for the Panthers.
They'll bring it out to the 25. Actually, it ought to go out farther to the 30. And that's where Lufkin will take over at their own 30 with 5:11 to play. Down 3 touchdowns now.
Yeah, this is really an important drive for Lufkin, an important defensive stand for Longview.
Hammond, the quarterback, has 2 wide receivers to either side. He'll throw a bubble screen out to the left side to the 30, 35, And down goes that receiver. Tackled by number 18, Ja'Caven Curry. And the home crowd upset about something. The catch was made by number 21, Braden Walker. And he got 6 on the play, but good defense out there by Longview to keep it from going further on the bubble screen. Out to the 37-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 3. Panther football. Going from our right to our left. Young is lined up on the right side of Hammond. Snap back, fire again. This one's a wide receiver setup. That's a backward pass, and they call it incomplete, but I'm telling you, that should have been called a lateral. It's incomplete. They set this up. Last week they ran the same play. They threw it out to the wide receiver on the right side, and he threw it to a wide open man deep downfield for a touchdown for Lufkin. Nobody fooled. They've got it on film now, and John King and them saw it, and they were ready for it.
Yeah, that's the problem with going back the next week to a play that was effective. It's a trick play that the other team's going to practice it during the week, and it was clearly Longview has practiced that.
3rd down and 3. Young in motion to the right side. Hammond looks to his left, fires a deep ball left side. It's intercepted, and out of bounds goes Willie Nelson, and a flag is down at the 45-yard line. Let's see what that's. But if the interception stands, Willie Nelson's going to have a pick. And another turnover for the Lufkin Panthers. Now, what's the flag? It was just a fade down the sidelines by Hammond, and he overthrew his receiver. Nelson back there playing along the sidelines beyond the receiver, didn't let him get behind him.
Yeah, Willie's playing deep safety, and his job is to protect them from going deep, and the ball was underthrown, and he had 8 interceptions last year, so if he gets his hand on it pretty well, most of the time he's going to bring it down, and that's what happened.
The penalty is against Longview. Pass interference was the call. So with pass interference, wipe out the interception, and Lufkin will have the ball in Longview territory with 4:13 to play here in the first half. So now they're going to walk it back. What is it going to be, 15 yards from the line of scrimmage?
I guess they're calling
pass interference, but it's not an NFL call, so it's not a spot foul. So 15 yards from the line of scrimmage, I guess, and then they'll spot it in Longview territory at the 48.
Well, I would like to know who the interference is on, because Willie Nelson jumped in front of him. He didn't even touch the guy and got the interception. But
somebody bumped him going up the sideline, I guess.
I guess so.
So it's 1st and 10, Panthers in Longview territory at the 48. Young gets blown up in the backfield. Oh, man. Where did that missile come from? It's number 65, Jordan Wright. Untouched. Jacking up the running back.
I mean, nobody blocked him at all. As soon as they hand the ball off, he grabbed the runner.
He was there almost before the handoff.
No kidding.
Back to the 48-yard line in Lufkin territory. A loss of 4 on the play. And it's 2nd down and 13 now. Panthers trying to get something here before the half. Hammond fires left side, deep ball. This one just goes into the stands. Only guy anywhere close to it was Creason Preston, and that ball was about 40 yards up into the 3rd row.
Yeah, Longview had coverage, and he just threw the ball away, which is what he should do.
Wise move. 3rd down and 13. 3:26 to go. The last thing you want to do is give Longview the ball again right before half. So, but you're so far behind the sticks now at a 3rd and long, and Hammond not getting the call in time from the coaches, waving his arms. It's 8 seconds to go on the play clock. Hammond back to throw. Pressure coming. He's hit as he throws, and he just dumps it. And he got hit, and he's down, and he's slow to get up.
Yeah.
as he was tackled back there.
Caden Brooks.
Brooks again all over him. And he just let the ball go. And I don't even know if it got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
You could have called grounding on that. Longview defense really showing up tonight.
Man alive. I mean, they have just dominated this first half.
Anybody thinking they were going to come in kind of floating after that 69-0 game against Tyler Legacy? I guarantee you John King kept saying, it's Lufkin, it's Lufkin, it's Lufkin. We're not playing Apache this week. And they have come out ready to go. So the punt team's going to come back on for Lufkin. Vargas will be back at his 33-yard line. The line of scrimmage is going to be the 48 of Lufkin.
I mean, I think it's pretty clear that this Longview team is just of a different caliber than most teams are. I mean, they just got all kinds of players. And
now there's a penalty against Lufkin on that. They may have called grounding, Johnny.
maybe so.
I've not seen a call from anybody on it, but let's see. They're not going to say. But I got to believe it was grounding because I don't know what else it would be.
I don't either. They hadn't even. I haven't seen the officials say yet. Have you?
They've not wasted any motion tonight, that's for sure. They're back at the 38. Vargas will kick it. This time a high traditional punt. Away from Hale. It bounces and it takes a huge Lufkin roll, and it's going to die inside the 5 at the 2-yard line. 61 yards on the punt by Longview and Eddie Vargas. If you're going to give the ball back to Longview, give it to them 98 yards away.
Isn't that the truth?
Lobos will take over with 3:05 to go in the first half from their own 2-yard line. And they are up 28-7. And if they score here, this thing's done.
Yeah, I would say so.
Especially if they take it 98 yards here in the last 3:05.
Tatum's capable. He gets into the secondary of going just that amount of yards.
Turn, hand it off. Tatum breaks it outside. Here he goes. 10, 20. Oh, he gets run out of bounds at the 25, and a flag goes down. Could be a face mask.
That's what it looked like to me.
I thought he was going to bust it.
I did too. You can't.
Penalty marker down after the run out to the 23, 24-yard line. 22-yard run. And it is against Lufkin. And it was face mask. And that'll tack on 15 more, so that 98 yards is not so daunting now.
2:58 to go in the half, so.
Longview with 2 timeouts left. And they're at their own 39-yard line now. That's a way to get out of a hole in a hurry. 2 wideouts to the left side, tight end offset to the right, handoff to Elijah Johnson, breaks it outside, running to the 45. I'm telling you, the guy is shifty. Good tackle out there by Tanner Havard in the open field because he bounces it off that right tackle, and that line is pinched down on the Lufkin defensive line, and there was running room, and if he was able to slip that tackle, he might still be running.
He was actually looking for somebody to run into.
Second down and 3. Ball's at the 47. Longview in their own territory. From the eye, they'll turn, hand it off to Tatum. Tatum gets the first down at the 50 by about a yard. Move those sticks. 2:19 to play in the first half. Lobos trying to add some more. That performance.
I mean, Longview has just totally dominated.
And again, Lufkin's got players. This is not a bad-looking football team. I formation, turn, hand it off. Tatum breaks the hole. 40, 35, fumbles the football. Coming up with it, who's got it? Scrambled for it. Was Longview able to fall on it? Tatum just let the ball go.
Yep, it just slipped right out. And he was fixing to go to the house with that one, too.
But it looks like Longview came up with it. Oh, my gosh. Now, you know it's your night.
No kid.
The Lobos recovered the fumble after a long run to the 28-yard line. That was going to be about a 27-yard pickup anyway. But then he just dropped the ball. His second fumble of the year. They didn't lose this one. Now, single back, quarterback under center. They'll throw a flare out to Hale, and boy, it was sniffed out, but Hale made the catch. Dangerous throw. Very dangerous throw. And right there, Jacorius Taylor to make the stop. Woo.
That one had a chance to go the other way.
Yes, sir. If he didn't get it out there in time, it was going to be a pick six. Timeout, Lobos, 1:24 to go. Let's take that timeout, 30 seconds with him. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
And for the win, name something that is hard to find.
Your keys, four-leaf clover, needle in a haystack, true love.
I'm sorry, the correct answer is a job. Better luck next time.
Don't trust luck. Trust First Choice Personnel. For years, First Choice has been delivering hard-to-find talent, even in highly competitive sectors. First Choice Personnel will be the only choice you need. FirstChoicePersonnel.net.
Coach John King and the Longview Lobos talking it over with 1:24 to go in the first half. They're up 28-7. They have the ball at the Lufkin 34-yard line. They would sure like to add some points right before half and really send the Lufkin Panthers into the locker room reeling. Jordan Allen got away with one. He threw a bubble screen out to Jalen Hale. Ball didn't have a lot on it. Got there a little bit late and could have been picked off and taken back the other way, but fortunately he got it to Hale in time. Now man in motion to the far right side. Quick pass out to the left. Good design. And into the end zone goes easily. Is that Jalen Hale? I think it's going to be Hale.
I think it was too.
But we'll double check it. But boy, it was set up so easily. And I believe it is Jalen Hale.
It's hard to see the number, but I think it's Hale.
It is Hale. Touchdown, Jalen Hale. They set it up where they looked right. They set up a screen to the left, and it was thrown out to Jordan Hale, and he caught it at about the 17, and nobody was going to catch him. He walked right in for the score.
What a first half for the Lobos. Goodness.
Wow. That was about a 30-yard play, wasn't it, Johnny?
34.
34, okay. So Jalen Hale in with the score. And right before halftime, Lobos trying to go up by 4 touchdowns. Tutt will hold on the extra point that would make it 35-7. Fields' kick is good, and it is 35-7. Longview on top of Lufkin. 1:15 to play in the first half. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Wait a minute, Whoa, timeout. This timeout brought to you by First Choice Personnel. For all your hiring needs. More Lobo football coming up.
And for the win, name something that is hard to find.
Your keys, four-leaf clover, needle in a haystack, true love.
I'm sorry, the correct answer is a job. Better luck next time.
Don't trust luck. Trust First Choice Personnel. For years, First Choice has been delivering hard-to-find talent, even in highly competitive sectors. First Choice Personnel will be the only choice you need. FirstChoicePersonnel.net.
Come see for yourself why more East Texans buy at Peters than any other dealer. Experience fun and freedom with the legendary Jeep line at Peters, built with you in mind and ready for adventure. Choose from the largest inventory in East Texas with nationwide delivery. Or come see us to reserve your next new Jeep with the options you want. Peters Jeep in Longview.
Fields with the kickoff. It's a short one. It's taken and brought back to around the 30-yard line by number 20 for Lufkin, Javori Garrett. Lobos take a 4-touchdown lead. Jordan Allen with a 34-yard screen pass to Jalen Hale makes it 35-7 with 1:15 to go. So Lufkin's going to come back now, hurting emotionally at this point.
This has got to be really disheartening to come in, think you got a chance to have an upset, and they've just been rolled up here in the first half.
Especially with the performance they put on the road at College Station last week when they beat A&M Consolidated 38-17 and looked great doing it. Split backfield, 2 wideouts to the right side for Lufkin. He'll hand it off. Young up the middle. Young fights to get to the 33, 35-yard line. And that's where he'll be brought down. A gain of 5 on the play. 55 seconds to go in the first half. At halftime, we're going to be talking to Dr. Josh Russell of Longview Orthopedics. A former Aggie football player, never a former Aggie, there's no such thing. 2nd down and 5, they'll hand it off to Young on a sweep, puts his foot in the ground, sticks it up, goes nowhere. That hole closed in a hurry to the 35-yard line where he was shot down there. 96 on the play. Omarion Watkins is having a heck of a game at nose tackle.
Yeah, and he's down the line making that tackle on the back. It's pretty impressive.
17 seconds to go. Clock continuing to tick. Todd Quick may just be happy to get out of here. I don't think they'll run another play.
No.
They don't have to. They haven't even started the play clock yet, so I think this is it. 3, 2, 1. They are going to run one play, and it's going to be a pass to the right side. It's caught, but he's going to be run out of bounds, and that is going to end the half. And what a half it's been for the Longview Lobos. They lead it by a score of 35-7 going into the dressing room against the Lufkin Panthers in the opener of District 7 5A Division I play. We are moving into the Eastman Credit Union halftime show. We're going to take a 3-minute break. We'll come back and talk to Dr. Josh Russell from Azalea Orthopedics. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Longview Lobo High School football.
Brought to you by Peters Chevrolet,
Hi, hired the
Chrysler,
Lobo
Dodge,
lawyers
Jeep, Buick, and
because if you've been
Longview.
seriously injured through no fault of your own, you don't have to fight the insurance company alone. We are your pack, and we will fight for you. When it's time to Lobo up and lawyer up, call Sorey and Hoover, the Lobo Lawyers. 903-CALL-DAN. Board-certified personal injury trial lawyers. 903-CALL-DAN. That's 903-CALLDAN. Sorey and Hoover, the Lobo Lawyers.
If your loan isn't with Eastman Credit Union, you're missing out. Come to us for your next auto or RV loan. We'll do our best to find the loan that fits your budget and lifestyle. When you're ready for your loan, you can apply online, in a branch, or give us a call. Sign your documents from anywhere. We'll send the money when you're ready. Get 3 months with no payments, a great rate, and earn extraordinary dividends. ECU makes it convenient, and you leave happy.
Visit ECU for your next auto loan. It's what we do. Eastman Credit Union.
September 3rd is Bacon Day. September 19th is Talk Like a Pirate Day. Arr, matey. September 25th is Comic Book Day. But any day is a good day to save big on crazy fast internet and unlimited data. Get Cable Link's broadband up to 150 meg internet and unlimited data together for under $25 per month. We make it easy to switch. Plus, everything wireless in your home connects best with true broadband speeds and no buffering. There's no credit check, no money up front, and no deposit. Save big on your internet every day. Get Cable Link's broadband up to 150 meg internet and unlimited data under $25 per month.
Don't miss out. Ask how to qualify for free or discounted internet service. Email support at cablelinks.com or call 800-903-0508. Some restrictions will apply. Many factors affect speed.
Extra yardage checking special at Telco Plus Credit Union. Gain the extra yardage you need by opening a Telco Plus checking account. Open one new checking with promo code 50yards to earn $50. Telco Plus each checking account have 2-day early deposits, instant issue debit cards, and a lot more. Offer September 1st through 30th, 2022. Visit telcoplus.org for full details and restrictions. Federally insured by the NCUA. Must complete 7 purchases by October 14th to earn $50.
Attention all bug police units. Attention all bug police units. We have a 1014 home invasion in progress. Remember to use caution. These delinquents will use any and every means necessary to break into the home. And once inside, they will illegally set up headquarters. Their lawless and destructive ways cannot be permitted to continue.
Don't let pests take over your home. Shut the operation down today. Call the Bug Police to patrol your property at 553-9003. Online at thebugpolice.com. They shoot to kill and aim to please.
Injuries aren't planned, and here at Longview Orthopedic, we're going to work together with patients to try to attain the best outcome possible for them. We have the ability to treat all injuries for all patients and athletes of all ages. One thing I want patients to understand is that, I've been in their situation. I played football at Texas A&M University, played offensive line, I was a guard, and being an athlete, suffering injuries, and having that passion to get back on the field gave me a really good perspective on the other side of the line as a treating physician now here at the Longview Orthopedic Clinic.
Go all the way back to the beginning when God created football.
Let's go! Welcome to the Eastman Credit Union Halftime Show, presented by 106.5 Jack FM.
Halftime at A. Martin Stadium. Brian Houston along with Johnny Vaughn and the Longview Lobos. What a game. They're up 35-7 at halftime. The closest was 14-7. They were up by 7, and then they rolled off and scored 4 straight touchdowns, and it's been quite an impressive performance. We are delighted here at halftime, brought to you by Eastman Credit Union, to welcome in from Longview Orthopedics, Dr. Josh Russell. Dr. Russell, a former A&M offensive lineman, and now working with the Longview Lobos on the medical crew on the sidelines. Josh, first of all, thanks very much for being here.
Absolutely great to be here. Great to watch our Lobos out there rolling over Lufkin today.
What are you, from an offensive line guy, what are you thinking about what you see out there tonight?
I tell you what, we're moving the ball. Our offensive line's doing great, making holes, and I tell you, it's great to watch these guys out there play.
You know a little bit about offensive line play. You were telling me during the break, you played for Francione and then Mike Sherman. How many years with
I did for 3 years with Francione, and then my senior year we transitioned over to Sherman. And I tell you, it's a great experience. Wouldn't change it for the world. Played with guys like Jaworski Lane, Bennett brothers, but I really developed a passion for sports in high school, and a passion for medicine in high school as well, and that's going to carry me through to here and take care of these guys on the field.
And talk a little bit about what you do down there on the sidelines every Friday night with the Lobos.
Absolutely, yeah. We're on the sidelines, and I'm there just in case the trainers need me, in case of major injuries, anything like that. Take care of a lot of the coaches as well, because they get kind of run over in practice sometimes too. I'm there as a resource for our trainers. We have fantastic trainers at Longview, and they do a great job. I kind of just, whatever they need me, I'm there for.
Fantastic. Before we talk about these Aggies that are playing tomorrow, you want to mention your Student Athletes of the Week?
Absolutely. So Longview Orthopedic in association with the Star Foundation. It's a foundation we started about 2 years ago in order to honor our local student athletes and student athletic trainers who basically make a great impact on their teams, on their community, and they're nominated by their coaches and their trainers at the schools. And this year we're delighted to honor one from Henderson High School, Kelvin Washington. She is a volleyball, basketball, track star, and also Connor Haggerty from Marshall High School, football, powerlifting, and these kids basically exemplify what we want to see in our athletes going forward in our community. And we get to honor them. We get to actually have a banquet for them at the end of the year. I'll get a monetary scholarship for this, and it's all sponsored by our community. And so we have community partners that sponsor with us to get these actual monetary scholarships. And then at the end of the year, we have a campaign for Student Athlete of the Year. And I tell you, that's one of the passions of mine. I get to give back to my community. I get to really impact these lives and show the community kind of what the next generation is going to bring back to East Texas.
Very good, Josh. Thanks very much for doing that. And one other thing I got to ask you about your Aggies. They go into a big ball game against Miami. Didn't get such great news today about Haynes King having to sit down, and Max Johnson plays quarterback tomorrow.
I do, and I tell you what, love my Aggies. They give me a heart attack every single week, but I want Haynes team to do very well. I think our offensive line needs to pick up and do very well. Of course, I'm a little biased in that respect. But I think as a team going together, we got to move the ball. We got to score. I think Miami's going to be a tough opponent. And I think that I'll be watching tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. as they take on Miami, and we'll see how we do.
Well, Josh, thanks so much for coming up tonight. We really appreciate it. Thank you to Longview Orthopedic for being great sponsors of Longview Lobo football on Jack FM. So appreciate the visit tonight. Enjoyed meeting you.
Absolutely. One last thing, though. So for these athletes, we also offer a Saturday morning clinic at Longview Orthopedic. So from 9 to 10 a.m. every Saturday morning. Bring your student athletes that have been injured the night before or the week before. Happy to see them. It is basically a free clinic, and we have same-day MRIs. And we really, again, we pour back into our community. I mean, we volunteer to do this to help these athletes and help get back on the field.
Fantastic. Dr. Josh Russell from Longview Orthopedic. I'm Brian Houston. It's halftime at Abe Martin Stadium. Longview leads at 35-7. We'll come back with Harlan the Sports Guy and Pigskin Bob previewing the Friday night scoreboard show. You're listening to the Eastman Credit Union halftime show, Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Here we go. Lobo Nation is on 106.5 Jack FM. This is the halftime report.
Did you know that you can make your current home your perfect home with an ECU home equity loan? Need another room? Want to remodel the kitchen or just need repairs? Whatever your situation, we've got a loan for that. Whether you have a lot of equity in your home or just a little, Eastman Credit Union has a home equity loan option that's right for you. Visit ecu.org/home equity to learn more or apply today. ECU is an equal housing opportunity lender.
Dan Story has been named to the top 10 nursing home lawyers in the state of Texas. Many East Texans have questions about the care of their loved ones in a nursing home. They just don't know who to ask. If you suspect your loved one has been abused in a nursing home, unexplained falls and bruises, malnutrition and bed sores, call for a free consultation. 903-CALL-DAN. As a community, it's important to look out and protect our elderly population. 903-CALL-DAN. That's 903-CALLDAN.
Bitches RV is a bit new around here, so we have questions. What exactly is bigger in Texas? Is it really everything, or is it just high school football? We can't wait to see for ourselves every Friday night with our Longview Lobos family. Bitches is built on family, and fun, and lifelong memories. Sounds like football in Texas, right? So we got your back every pregame, tailgate, postgame, after party, and everything in between. Go Lobos! Bitches RV, where memories begin.
Do you know any experienced health professionals? If so, the team at Christus Good Shepherd would love to meet them. Call us today at 833-315-GOOD and you could receive $1,500 for the referral. We need associates in surgery, lab, imaging, nursing, respiratory, and therapy. At Christus, we value what each individual brings to our mission and aim to create a culture where quality of work and quality of life live harmoniously. It's a win-win. Call today, 833-315-4663.
Sophie's Car Wash, a longtime sponsor of Longview Lobo football. Now with their third location in Lakeport, plus the original on Highway 80 and their self-serve location on Wall Street in Longview. For savings and convenience, get a monthly pass good at the Highway 80 location or in Lakeport.
Sophie's is a place to be.
Once again, Sophie's Car Wash is proud to support Longview Lobo football. Go Lobos!
Not all damage is preventable.
Oh no, the squid monster's attacking our ship! We're going down!
But it is forgivable.
There's a waterfall coming down the stairs!
And fixable.
Flood Out Restoration specializes in residential and commercial water and fire damage restoration. Our services include fast action disaster recovery from fires, water extraction, and structural drying and mold remediation. We coordinate with your insurance company to reduce stress and restore your property quickly to get you back on your feet. FloodOutRestoration.com.
When you're in need of collision repair, you need a shop that has a proven track record of being experienced, reliable, and friendly. McDaniel's Quality Body Works has stood the test of time in Longview for 89 years. From the early years of repairing Furies, Bel Airs, and Studebakers to today's complex Cobras, Stingrays, and Silverados, McDaniel's has been committed to your automotive collision repair needs since 1933. McDaniel's Quality Body Works in Longview, Kilgore, and Gilmer is the solution to your collision repair needs.
Why hire the Lobo lawyers? Because if you've been seriously injured through no fault of your own, you don't have to fight the insurance company alone. We are your pack, and we will fight for you. When it's time to Lobo up and lawyer up, call Sorey and Hoover, the Lobo Lawyers. 903-CALL-DAN. Board-certified personal injury trial lawyers. 903-CALL-DAN. That's 903-CALLDAN. Sorey and Hoover, the Lobo Lawyers.
Here we go. Lobo Nation is on 106.5 Jack FM.
This is the halftime report.
Well, good evening, Lobo Nation. Harlan, the sports guy, and Pigskin Bob on the Eastman Credit Union halftime show. Lobos and Lufkin tonight taking on the Panthers. And we're back in Longview and Tyler covering all the games for East Texas. And when you get done with this victory on your way home tonight, or when it's over, tune over to 104.1 The Ranch or KYKX 105.7. Pigskin Bob and I are rocking the Friday night scoreboard show and covering all the games, so we'll catch you up on how everybody else in East Texas did tonight. So good evening, Mr. the Pigskin.
Well, good evening. It's going to be a big night for high school football.
None bigger than this game right here, but a lot of fun matchups tonight. And I just love Carthage and Marshall.
How can you not love that matchup? I mean, Carthage does seem to get a good test out of the Mavericks each year.
Right.
But they tend to win the game most likely.
And Scott Surratt has quite a collection of rings. He likes 16-0 on the side. He doesn't want to see a 14-2 or a 15-1. So this is really important to him tonight, even though it's a non-district game.
All right, we've got Jacksonville taking on Pine Tree tonight in Pine Tree, and neither one of these teams have won a game so far this season. So somebody's going to get to go home with a W this evening.
Yeah, and boy, Pine Tree really needs that victory tonight.
Okay, great game tonight in Kilgore. Now, you like this one when Hallsville's coming into town.
Yes.
Kilgore's lost a couple of games, but
they've lost a couple of dang games?
Dang games. Yes, they've lost a couple of games.
Right.
No, but still a great football team.
They lost to Carthage and Gilmer, number 1 and number 2 in the state in 4A Division II. Nothing to be ashamed of there. And I kind of am leaning towards my mom, who does predictions on our show each week. She says Kilgore ain't losing another game. But heck, Hallsville, boy, is Josh Strickland got them playing great football. Hallsville's back. Kilgore's hungry. That's a great game.
There you go. And you mentioned Gilmer. What do you think about the Gilmer-Lindale matchup tonight? It's in Lindale, so that might give the Eagles a little bit more of a punch because they're going to need it if they're going to do something to them Buckeyes.
We know how good Gilmer is. We know their sound. Lindale's scary. You're not sure if you're going to get the full Lindale or the 80% Lindale, and I'm not talking about effort, just kind of results oriented, because they have had some tough weeks, but they've also had some weeks where they look fantastic. And if you get that team, could be a game.
You got Mineola at Bullard this evening. Van is traveling to Paris. Center at Dangerfield, I think, is one of the key matchups tonight in East Texas.
You know, we looked at tape on both the games that, because both those teams played Tatum, who we had in the game of the week. So we looked at some of that. Both teams can score in a hurry, have a lot of athletes on the field. Ricky Joe, Davin Nelson, I think that's a great game.
All right, you got Tatum traveling to West Rusk. That's going to be a good game.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then check this out. Atlanta at Liberty Ilo. I say the Leopards are back.
I say the Rabbits are back.
I think it should be a great football game.
That's a great Harlan versus Bob game tonight. We're going to be covering all night long for you. And both those programs have been a little down. I mean, Atlanta didn't win a game last year, and now they're not giving up any points this year.
They haven't lost a game.
Yep.
You got Wascom taking on Timpson tonight, and could be a long night for Wascom.
Yeah, Timpson, you know, I've been jumping up and down for a couple of years now. That's one of the great programs right now going in this state. They could go all the way.
Okay, finally, we've got Shelbyville is hosting this school. Check this out. KIP Generation. That's the name of the school.
They're the big boys.
The KIP Generation Big Boys.
That's it.
All right.
And the mascot's a guy holding a big hamburger.
I've been trying to figure this out. There is actually a school that's agreed to play the Dragons tonight in Shelbyville. KIP Generation all the way, baby.
Well, go Dragons. Beat the big boys. We'll be covering all of them. If they're playing them, we're covering them here in East Texas. Let's get you back to the Eastman Credit Union halftime report with Brian Houston and Johnny Vaughn live at Abe Martin Stadium in Lufkin, Texas. Oh, I almost said Longview. In Lufkin, Texas. We'll get you back out there and wrap up the Eastman Credit Union halftime show after this on your home for Longview Lobo football. 106.5 Jack FM.
Here we go. Lobo Nation is on 106.5 Jack FM.
This is the halftime report. Did you know that you can make your current home your perfect home with an ECU home equity loan? Need another room? Want to remodel the kitchen or just need repairs? Whatever your situation, we've got a loan for that. Whether you have a lot of equity in your home or just a little, Eastman Credit Union has a home equity loan option that's right for you. Visit ecu.org/home equity to learn more or apply today. ECU is an equal housing opportunity lender.
And for the win, name something that is hard to find.
Your keys, 4-leaf clover, needle in a haystack, true love.
I'm sorry, the correct answer is a job. Better luck next time.
Don't trust luck. Trust First Choice Personnel. For years, First Choice has been delivering hard-to-find talent, even in highly competitive sectors. First Choice Personnel will be the only choice you need. FirstChoicePersonnel.net.
Come see for yourself why more East Texans buy at Peters than any other dealer. The Ram truck lineup at Peters Ram is designed to go further and experience more. Choose from the largest inventory in East Texas with nationwide delivery. Or come see us to reserve the Ram truck that's right for you with the options you want. Peters Ram in Longview.
Bish's RV is a bit new around here, so we have questions. What exactly is bigger in Texas? Is it really everything, or is it just high school football? We can't wait to see for ourselves every Friday night with our Longview Lobos family. Bish's is built on family and fun and lifelong memories. Sounds like football in Texas, right? So we got your back every pregame, tailgate, postgame, after party, and everything in between. Go Lobos! Bish's RV, where memories begin.
September 3rd is Bacon Day. September 19th is Talk Like a Pirate Day. Arr, matey. September 25th is Comic Book Day. But any day is a good day to save big on crazy fast internet and unlimited data. Get Cable Link's broadband up to 150 meg internet and unlimited data together for under $25 per month. We make it easy to switch. Plus, everything wireless in your home connects best with true broadband speeds and no buffering. There's no credit check, no money up front, and no deposit. Save big on your internet every day. Get Cable Link's broadband up to 150 meg internet and unlimited data under $25 per month.
Don't miss out. Ask how to qualify for free or discounted internet service. Email support at cablelinks.com or call 800-903-0508. Some restrictions will apply. Many factors affect speed.
HD Hydraulics in Kilgore invites you to their grand opening Customer Appreciation Day, Friday, September 30th. Check out their 39,000 square foot shop and showroom. You'll see quality lawn and garden equipment, tools, everything hydraulic, and the best small engine repair shop. Tons of door prizes will be given away, like Echo blowers and trimmers, coolers, concert tickets, and a grand prize, a 52-inch Gravely zero-turn mower. And yes, it's free. Oh, and free food, too. Friday, September 30th, starting at 11 a.m. HD Hydraulics, 100 Industrial on the Circle in Kilgore.
Extra yardage checking special at Telco Plus Credit Union. Gain the extra yardage you need by opening a Telco Plus checking account. Open one new checking with promo code 50yards to earn $50. Telco Plus' checking account have 2-day early deposits, instant issue debit cards, and a lot more. Offer September 1st through 30th, 2022. Visit telcoplus.org for full details and restrictions. Federally insured by the NCUA. Must complete 7 purchases by October 14th to earn $50.
Do you know any experienced health professionals? If so, the team at Christus Good Shepherd would love to meet them. Call us today at 833-315-GOOD and you could receive $1,500 for the referral. We need associates in surgery, lab, imaging, nursing, respiratory, and therapy. At Christus, we value what each individual brings to our mission and aim to create a culture where quality of work and quality of life live harmoniously. It's a win-win. Call today, 833-315-4663.
Come see for yourself why more East Texans buy at Peters than any other dealer. Experience fun and freedom with the legendary Jeep line at Peters, built with you in mind and ready for adventure. Choose from the largest inventory in East Texas with nationwide delivery. Or come see us to reserve your next new Jeep with the options you want. Peters Jeep in Longview.
Dan Story has been named to the top 10 nursing home lawyers in the state of Texas. Many East Texans have questions about the care of their loved ones in a nursing home. They just don't know who to ask. If you suspect your loved one has been abused in a nursing home, unexplained falls and bruises, malnutrition and bed sores, call for a free consultation. 903-CALL-DAN. As a community, it's important to look out and protect our elderly population. 903-CALL-DAN. That's 903-CALLDAN.
And for the win, name something that is hard to find.
Your keys. 4-leaf clover. Needle in a haystack. True love.
I'm sorry, the correct answer is a job. Better luck next time.
Don't trust luck. Trust First Choice Personnel. For years, First Choice has been delivering hard-to-find talent, even in highly competitive sectors. First Choice Personnel will be the only choice you need. FirstChoicePersonnel.net.
Longview Lobo High School football.
Brought to you by Peters Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Buick, and Longview.
Brian Houston with Johnny Vaughn at Abe Martin Stadium, where Longview leads Lufkin by a score of 35-7 in the first half of this ball game. The District 7 5A Division I opener. Recapping the scoring, after forcing a punt on Lufkin's opening drive, Longview drove it. They picked up the ball, started the drive at the 28-yard line, and they had an 18-yard pass from Allen to Elijah Johnson, another 18-yard pass to Reese, and then Tatum with a 17-yard run that set up a Jordan Allen bootleg pass to Elijah Johnson from 6 yards out, made it 7-0 with 6:33 to go in the first quarter. Then on the next possession, Tadarian Boone partially blocked a punt. That set up a tailored 9-yard run to make it 14-0 at the end of one quarter of play, Longview on top. In the second quarter, the Lobos stopped Legacy on a 4th and 1, forced a punt. That led to a Jordan Allen to Jalen Hale 34-yard touchdown pass. Made it 21-0 Longview on top, 11:49 to go in the first quarter. But in the second quarter, Tadarian Boone recovered a bad option pitch in the end zone. Gosh, this is a whole old thing. I'm looking at a whole different ball game right now, I think. Whatever it is, this is not the right game I'm looking at. I'm making notes for everything else. Bottom line is it's 35-7, and I'm losing my mind right now trying to keep up with this. Taylor Tatum scored from 6 yards out on an 80-yard drive, made it 7-0. Tamarian Boone with an interception for a pick six, made it 14-0 Longview on top. Hammond comes back for Lufkin with a 17-yard touchdown pass to Murphy to cut it to 14-7 with 3 seconds to go in the first quarter. And then Kelvin Washington for Longview returns it 49 yards on a kickoff return, followed by a 40-yard pass from Allen to Hale to make it to the 7-yard line. Tatum with a 7-yard touchdown run made it 21-7. Longview taking control of the game, and then later Jordan Allen hands it off to Elijah Johnson for 6 yards and a score, makes it 28-7. And then right before the half, they go 98 yards, Longview does, and Allen with a 34-yard touchdown pass to Jalen Hale makes it 35-7 with 1:15 to go in the first half. I'm not drunk, I promise. I can pass a breathalyzer. Just a crazy night. But Longview, what a game, Johnny.
Both sides of the ball, they've just had outstanding efforts. The offensive line's been stellar. The defense is just, again, the second week in a row where we've got a defensive touchdown. That's just, you're lucky if you do that 3 times in a year, and they've done it in consecutive weeks. And Boone has been on both of those. And then I tell you another thing tonight. They've gotten Jalen Hale back in the mix. So for a couple of weeks there, he's had a couple of receptions, and tonight he already has 4. He's got a touchdown, and then Tatum has had a really good game. Honestly, I thought that this game would end up being close because Lufkin has just got the same kind of caliber of athletes that I thought we had. The difference is they do have, but they don't have as many, and that's where Longview seems to be separating himself from everybody. We've just got so many players that are excellent. It's just hard to find a place that there's a soft spot, and so far in the first part of this year, nobody's been able to find that.
It's been incredible. It's 35-7 at halftime. We'll take a 1-minute break. We'll come back with the second half kickoff. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
This is football. This has been the Eastman Credit Union Halftime Show, presented by 106.5 Jack FM.
If your loan isn't with Eastman Credit Union, you're missing out. Come to us for your next auto or RV loan. We'll do our best to find the loan that fits your budget and lifestyle. When you're ready for your loan, you can apply online, in a branch, or give us a call. Sign your documents from anywhere. We'll send the money when you're ready. Get 3 months with no payments, a great rate, and earn extraordinary dividends. ECU makes it convenient, and you leave happy.
Visit ECU for your next auto loan. It's what we do. Eastman Credit Union.
Sophie's Car Wash, a longtime sponsor of Longview Lobo football. Now with their third location in Lakeport, plus the original on Highway 80 and their self-serve location on Wall Street in Longview. For savings and convenience, get a monthly pass good at the Highway 80 location or in Lakeport.
Sophie's is a place to be.
Once again, Sophie's Car Wash is proud to support Longview Lobo football. Go Lobos!
Come see for yourself why more East Texans buy at Peters than any other dealer. The Ram truck lineup at Peters Ram is designed to go further and experience more. Choose from the largest inventory in East Texas with nationwide delivery. Or come see us to reserve the Ram truck that's right for you with the options you want. Peters Ram in Longview.
Brian Houston and Johnny Vaughn at Abe Martin Stadium for the second half of this ball game. Johnny, what do you expect in the second half from the Longview Lobos? They're up by 4 touchdowns now.
Well, I think you'll see them, unlike last week, they'll start with the starters initially, and then unless something weird happens, I think after maybe a couple of possessions, you'll start to see them, mix some other people in. But I think to start this half, I think you'll see them come out with all the starters.
Oh, I think so too. The kickoff is a squibber. It picked up at the 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Washington to the 50, to the 40. Finally dragged down from behind at the 30, at the 28-yard line.
And that's
wow.
72-yard
kickoff return. They have found a weapon in Kelvin Washington. 72 yards on the kickoff return. I wasn't expecting them to empty the bench early in this ball game, but if they score here,
yeah, you'll see.
Then it's a whole different deal if you get into 42-7. Longview will start at the Lufkin 27-yard line. Tatum sweeps left, finds a lane, breaks a tackle, 10, 5, walk the dog. Touchdown, Longview. Wow. Taylor Tatum. And a man down at the 16-yard line for the Lufkin Panthers. And this thing has just gotten out of hand.
Well, what you can see right here is Lufkin just on that play, taking nothing away from Taylor Tatum, but you just didn't see the same effort you saw in the first half, which is the same thing that happened last week with Legacy. You just get so discouraged, and then the next thing you know, you just get the score run up on you. That's shows here in this first possession.
Michael Fields with the extra point, and Longview takes a 42-7 lead over Lufkin with 11:39 to go in the third quarter. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
Attention all bug police units. Attention all bug police units. We have a 1014 home invasion in progress. Remember to use caution. These delinquents will use any and every means necessary to break into the home. And once inside, they will illegally set up headquarters. Their lawless and destructive ways cannot be permitted to continue.
Don't let pests take over your home. Shut the operation down today. Call the bug police to patrol your property at 553-9003. Online at thebugpolice.com. They shoot to kill and aim to please.
Wow. Longview opens up the second half with a 72-yard kickoff return by Kelvin Washington. The very next play, Taylor Tatum, 27 yards in for the score, standing up. And it is 42-7. Longview on top of Lufkin in a game that I don't think anybody expected this coming into tonight's ball game. Fields kicks it off. It'll be taken at the 5. Out to the 10, 15, 20, still running, 25, 30, 35, 40. Fields has got to run him out of bounds, and that's a big-time kickoff return, so Lufkin not dead yet. Number 16, Braden Murphy on the kickoff return, and the Panthers will have great field position in Longview territory. Let's see now, they're going to spot it at the 48.
Well, it's a nice return as he goes up the right side, picks his way, and
it's a 47-yard kickoff return.
Yep.
And so Lufkin will take over at their own 48. TJ Hammond still in at quarterback. And they'll hand it off. Young gets hit in the backfield, and that's a big-time play. Is that Omarion again?
Yep.
My goodness.
He's just...
Omarion Watkins is having a heck of a night at that nose guard position.
And what is that? It's at least 2 big plays in the backfield, maybe more.
No doubt. Second down after a loss of 2 on the play. Back to the 46. Lufkin's football, 2nd and 12. 2 wide outs to the left, 1 to the right. Split backfield. Hammond fires, deep ball, left side. Oh, almost made a one-handed catch, but incomplete. Braden Walker was double covered back there on a deep shot. And now it's 3rd down and 12. You got to take those shots when you have those receivers, but the problem is if you don't hit them, now you're looking at going 3 and out.
Well, the other problem, too, is you got Willie Nelson back there playing deep safety, and so you're going to have to get it out there a long way to get past him. And he came a long way that time and broke the pass up. But it was worth the effort, worth the shot. It just didn't work out.
3rd down now and 12. Split backfield. Play action. Hammond sets up a screen. He overthrew it. Incomplete. And that was because of the pressure in his face by the Longview defense. And so now here comes the punt team. And Lufkin barely runs a little more than a minute off the clock, and they've got to punt it back to Longview. You see a lot of people now heading toward the streets for the Lufkin Panthers, but I want to tell you, this team is young. There are a lot of people that felt like next year was the year that the Panthers were going to be really, really good, and they may have been a little ahead of schedule this year, but not tonight. Vargas with a punt. It's a nice punt. Bounces at the 18, picked up at the 7, missing a tackle, slipping it. Hale. Is that Nelson or Hale?
Yeah, it's Nelson.
Nelson to the 50. Nelson to the 45. Nelson still running. Finally gets brought down at the 27-yard line. My goodness. Again, he picked it up at the 5, brought it out to the 27, and that's a 68-yard kickoff return. Punt return, rather. Holy cow.
Yeah, it's Willie did that. He had several returns last year just like that. He's just a dynamic player.
Willie Nelson. So they're getting it done in all phases of the game tonight. They've had long return game, both punts and kickoffs. And here they go again. Longview with the ball at the Lufkin 27, handed off. This time Elijah Johnson, good open field tackle after a few yards on the gain, maybe 4. 17, Isaiah Menifee came up to close and tackle him after a 3-yard gain. And it's going to be second down and 7 with 9:57 to go in the third quarter. Next week we're back at Lobo Stadium for a 7:30 start. Lancaster before our open date week. Second down and 6. Lobos have the ball now at the Lufkin 23. Play action, rolling right, quick pass out into the backfield. Tatum across the 15 and down at the 14-yard line, a pickup of 9. Ladarius Jackson made the tackle. We'll see there's a flag on the play, is there? Yep, something went against Longview here. It's a personal foul. That's against the Lobos, so I don't know what happened there, unless it was an illegal block. Yeah. But it's got 5 of King's, John King and 4 of his assistants back out on the field to question it. Strength in numbers. They'll back it up to the 30-yard line after that penalty. So wipe that gain off the board, and a 15-yard penalty to boot. And they'll spot the ball at the Lufkin 29-yard line. It'll be second down and 13. Longview leading 42-7, trying to extend that lead. And now a timeout called. Longview takes the timeout. We'll take it with them. 30 seconds. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Did you know that you can make your current home your perfect home with an ECU home equity loan? Need another room? Want to remodel the kitchen or just need repairs? Whatever your situation, we've got a loan for that. Whether you have a lot of equity in your home or just a little, Eastman Credit Union has a home equity loan option that's right for you. Visit ecu.org/home equity to learn more or apply today. ECU is an equal housing opportunity lender.
Back at A. Martin Stadium, Brian Houston with Johnny Vaughn. Longview leads it 42-7. Yep, that's right, 42-7. We were talking before the ball game, Johnny, and we both had kind of a nervous feeling about this ball game tonight. It hasn't worked out that way at all.
No, they beat the number 3 ranked team in the state last week. A&M consolidated, but tonight they just have not been able to stand up to the Lobo team.
And Lobos hit them with everything. Great defense, good running game, good passing game, great return game. Allen on a play-action bootleg throws it out at the feet of Elijah Johnson. Incomplete. That's one of the few not-so-great plays Longview's made tonight. Third down and 13. It has been all Lufkin virtually from the time that they took the 14-0 lead in the first quarter. Lufkin came back and got a drive going and were able to get a score to make it 14-7, but then Kelvin Washington with a 49-yard kickoff return, a bomb by Allen to Hale, and then a touchdown by Tatum, and now Hale again over the middle was intended receiver for Jordan Allen. It was incomplete, and that's one of the few times that Longview's had to face a fourth down, but Coach John King's going to leave them on the field on fourth down from their own 29-yard line. Not far enough to punt it, but not maybe a little too long for a field goal, so they're going to take their shots. They're sending Tatum out in the slot to the left side, and the man in motion is Darrensburg. Allen up the middle. He's going to keep it and run. He ran over a defender, put a shoulder into him, but he wasn't able to pick up the first down. He's dropped at the 23-yard line. It was a pickup of about 6, but not enough for the first, and the ball goes over on downs to the Lufkin Panthers tonight. One of the first good things that's happened to Lufkin since the first quarter. 8:45 to play in the third quarter. Johnny, if I was going to point to anything tonight, I'd say return game probably has had as much to do with this lopsided game.
We've had two long kickoff returns. And,
Willie Nelson with that 68-yard punt return.
Yep, so there's 3.
Handoff coming to the near side. Young trying to stiff arm his way. There's a flag on the play, and it may be a face mask against Longview, but I think Young got a piece of the defensive back's face mask as well, Dadrian Garrett.
They pointed first at Longview, so let's see.
Not very often you see the offensive player. Yep, face mask, it's against Longview, 15-yard penalty. You won't see him call face mask against the offense very often.
No, that's...
Even though it happens. So that'll move the ball out to the Lufkin 42-yard line after the 15-yard penalty against Longview. And it's 1st and 10 Lobos with 8:39 to go. I'm sorry, 1st and 10 Pack with 8:39 to go in the third quarter. They trail 42-7. Lufkin football, they have the purple jerseys and pants, white numerals, purple headgear. They'll hand it off to Young. He finds running room to the right side, gets into the secondary, and he'll be brought down at the 41-yard line in Longview territory by Dadrian Garrett. It's a 17-yard gain and a first down for Lufkin. This is one thing, I did not think we'd see subs early in this second half because I thought Lufkin's not just going to lay down and die here. And they're still trying to keep it going.
Yeah, they are. He's an excellent back. I mean, he's young.
That's the thing, they've got their whole team coming back next year. Low snap, it's handed off to Kedron Young. Young gets a running room. He got a great block on the outside, going down the sidelines to the 30, to the 15, 10, and then knocked out of bounds. A touchdown-saving tackle.
That's a nice ride. He's still playing hard. He made some moves. Had a chance to get the score. It's knocked out, but
36-yard run by Kedron Young. And, I mean, he got a seal on the left side, and he had running room down there, room to roll until he got knocked out of bounds at the 6. It's 1st and goal, Lufkin. Hammond, hands off. Young, this time in the backfield. Longview Lobos swarm him and drop him for a loss. Getting up off the pile to Darian Boone. And a loss on that play back to the 8-yard line. 2nd down and goal from the 8. Moving from our right to our left. Lufkin driving toward the north goal line. Split backfield. Hammond hands it off. Looking for some running room off the right side. Number 20, Javori Garrett, gets back to the 5 before he gets knocked down. 3rd and goal. Lobos trying to get a goal line stand here. Tackle was made by Boone, who's just been on fire tonight defensively. Split backfield, 2 wide out to the right side. Ball's in the middle of the field. Whistle blown.
Longview's offsides on the backside.
There was a flag there. And it is, well, they say it's against Lufkin.
Really?
Yep, looks like maybe a legal procedure might have drawn him off.
Yeah, maybe that was it.
So back that up, and Lufkin going in the wrong direction here with a 1st and goal. Continue to move that clock to 6:38 to go. TJ Hammond in at quarterback. Has 2 wide to the right. Again, they're in the middle of the field. Sends a man in motion to the left side. Coming out of the backfield, he'll drop it off. Garrett gets it to the 5, fighting to the goal line. Short of the goal line, is stopped just before he got into the end zone for the score. Lobos, I see number 65 getting up off that pile. That's Jordan Wright, but it was swarm tackled, but it's still going to be 4th and goal from the 1. Here's a big play. Let's see if the Lobo defense can get a goal line stand here. Full house backfield and Hammond under center. They'll hand it off to Young, and he does not get in. He's stopped on 4th and goal at the 1. He came up inches short.
Wow.
And the Lobo defense stiffens and holds, and Lufkin comes away with no points.
Wow, that was a defensive play that they just swarmed across and made the hit. Ball on the 1 yard line, and they didn't even get back to the 1.
Longview is going to take over with 5:35 to play in the 3rd quarter at the 99.5 yard line. There's not going to be a foot standing when they line up. There won't be a foot standing on green. Every offensive lineman is going to be lined up with their feet standing right either on the goal line or in the purple of the end zone. I formation. Got to be careful down here. Allen under center, hands it off. Tatum up the middle, fights for short yardage. As you just want to be careful, he'll get out to about the 4 yard line. Panthers swarm and hold him after a short gain. Tatum came up a little gimpy. Nothing serious, just kind of limped a little bit. And this may be where John King says, okay, you've had enough.
Yeah. I bet
it's 42-7.
Taylor Tatum just went over 100 yards rushing in tonight's game, too.
He's carried more of a load tonight than he has all year long.
Yeah, he has.
A lot of his runs in the earlier games were long runs, big plays. Elijah Johnson here on the right side. He moves the pile. He likes contact. He gets up to the 10-yard line.
He's one of those guys that goes through the line looking for somebody to hit. He doesn't know that he's supposed to avoid them as a back.
And I just want to point out, this guy is not built like Earl Campbell, okay? I mean, he's not that big, but he's tough. He likes that contact. He was a yard shy of the 1st down. He's got to get to the 11. It's an eye back again. They'll turn, hand it off to the tailback, and he gets the 1st down easily. And move the chains. And that was the tailback number 20, Kelvin Washington, carrying that time. So now we're going to start to see a few different running backs, I would guess.
You know, he's had two long returns on kickoffs, so he deserves to get a few shots from the line of scrimmage.
In the ball game now, Jonathan Lee. Lee across the right side to the 28-yard line. Jonathan Lee. So now we'll start to see that stable of running backs that Longview has. They get it out to the 24-yard line. They're a yard shy. 2nd and 1 of the 1st down. Play action. Back to throw. Allen. Caught. Jalen Hale went up for it, and then he swarmed, and there's a flag coming from way back behind the line of scrimmage. That may be a hold against Longview. That was about a 30-yard throw by the umpire on that flag. And he's talking to a lineman. Oh, it's an illegal block below the knees. Can't do that. Back it up. Take away a nice play by Hale.
Really, it was a nice catch as he jumped up and pulled it in. But you're going to wipe it out.
They'll walk it back to the 10-yard line. And now we're looking at 2nd down and 15 for the Lobos. They lead 42-7 with 3:20 to go here in the third quarter. It has been all Lobos since about midway through the first quarter. In the shotgun, they'll hand it off. Running back right side, Lee. Lee fights out to the 17, 18-yard line before he's brought down. No, check that. That's number 15, Elijah Johnson, that actually carried the ball. Not 35, it's 15. So he gets out to a 3rd down and 6 at the 18-yard line. 3rd down play, they'll send 2 wide out to the left. Allen back to throw. Pressure coming, gets through, he gets away from one, and the second guy got him. Sack taken down by number 54, Cooper Conrad.
Yeah, that's good defense by Lufkin as they get penetration and get the sack. And it's going to force Longview to punt.
So on to kick it will be Michael Fields with 2:07 to play in the third quarter. Line of scrimmage is the 8. He's back about 7 yards deep in his own end zone. Pressure coming, but he gets it off easily. It's a short kick, bounces at the 34, and then takes a Longview roll, and it will die at the Longview 44-yard line. That's about a 27-yard punt. And so Longview will be in their own territory playing defense as Lufkin comes back on the field with 1:40 to play here in the third quarter. TJ Hammond's quarterback for Lufkin.
Last possession, they drove down and got in scoring position but couldn't get to score. They start here with pretty good field position.
Young had over 260 yards last week against A&M Consolidated. I'm guessing it's not even close to that tonight. Play action, a bubble screen out to the left side, dancing, and then a nice breakaway. Oh, he broke the tackle, still spinning. Nice work by number 16, Braden Murphy, because he slipped out of the hold of a Longview defensive back who had a tackle for no gain on the play and just let him get away. Got it out to the 38-yard line in Longview territory. And it'll be 2nd down and 4 for the Panthers with a split backfield. Hammond in the gun. On 2nd down, play action. Pumps, nowhere to throw. Caught it at the 25, 26-yard line. Fell down as he was turning to cut up field. Braden Walker. I don't know if he was the intended receiver because it looked like Hammond was looking downfield deep and then had to check it down.
I think that's exactly what happened. It kind of made a play out of one that really wasn't intended to the intended receiver.
1st and 10. Panthers football in the Longview 31-yard line. Lufkin has it. Now hand it off to Young, and he's got a big hole on the left side to the 20. Nice tackle at the 20-yard line. Elsewise, he goes into the end zone for a big, big gain and a touchdown. Tackle was made by Javion Robertson, who saved the score. But it was a 9-yard run. Kedron Young is a load, and he's going to be a load next year as well. At the 22-yard line, it's 2nd down and 1. Lufkin, the handoff. Hammond keeps it, and Hammond's hit. He may have been shy of the first down. 99 was the tackler, and that's Billy Smith. And the Longview defensive line has played a heck of a game tonight. They've won a lot of close battles here in short yardage situations. Had a goal line stand the last possession. It's 5 seconds to go here in the third quarter. They won't run another play here. They do run a play, and they'll hand it off to Young. Young bounces off of the tackler and then falls down back at the 30-yard line. They may have wished they hadn't run another play. That's the end of the third quarter, and at the end of 3, Longview 42, Lufkin 7. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Longview Lobo High School football.
Brought to you by Peters Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Buick, and Longview.
Why hire the Lobo lawyers? Because if you've been seriously injured through no fault of your own, you don't have to fight the insurance company alone. We are your pack, and we will fight for you. When it's time to Lobo up and lawyer up, call Sorey and Hoover, the Lobo Lawyers. 903-CALL-DAN. Board-certified personal injury trial lawyers. 903-CALL-DAN. That's 903-CALLDAN. Sorey and Hoover, the Lobo Lawyers.
When you're in need of collision repair, you need a shop that has a proven track record of being experienced, reliable, and friendly. McDaniel's Quality Body Works has stood the test of time in Longview for 89 years. From the early years of repairing Furies, Bel Airs, and Studebakers to today's complex Cobras, Stingrays, and Silverados, McDaniel's has been committed to your automotive collision repair needs since 1933. McDaniel's Quality Body Works in Longview, Kilgore, and Gilmer is the solution to your collision repair needs.
Longview Lobo High School football.
Brought to you by Peters Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Buick, and Longview.
First play of the fourth quarter, Lufkin with a 4th and 9 at the Longview 30-yard line. They trail 42-7. 2 wide out to the right. Split backfield. Hammond drops straight back. Fires it left side, a comeback route, and it's caught on the far sidelines. Good for the first down. Braden Walker makes the catch and move the chains. First down, Lufkin.
It's his second reception of the game.
First and 10. Lufkin Panthers at the 18 of Longview. Wing right. And 2 wideouts to the right side. They'll hand it off. Up the middle, Young. There's a flag that goes down as, again, there's a gang tackle by the Longview Lobos. Number 3, Chase Smith. And number 4, Tadarian Boone in on that stop. And what's the flag?
It's against Lufkin.
Holding?
I think it's holding. He didn't give a signal, but he did point at them, so...
That'll back it up 10 yards if that's the case. And that's not going to make things any easier on 4th down for the Panthers. The 28-yard line is where they'll spot the ball. Lufkin now with a 4th down. They've got to get to the 8 for a first. Hammond rolling right, looks, fires into a crease. I don't know how he fit that ball into space, but I mean, he put it in through a knothole, and it was caught by number 8, Tanner Havard, I believe. No, number 9, Orion Hart. I don't think it's enough for the first down, though.
No, it's short.
It's second down. Second down and 9. And I mean, he threaded the needle on that pass because there were defenders everywhere, and he had to put it right in that spot to complete the ball. Second and 9, handoff, and little or no running room this time for Javori Garrett. Longview's defensive line again. We're starting to see a few players that we don't normally see, but there's a regular there that made the tackle, number 32, Caden Brooks. Third down and 9. 10:39 to go in the ball game. 42-7, Lufkin losing to Longview. Man in motion, Garrett out to the left side. Deep ball into the end zone, overthrown, incomplete. Running a post pattern. I believe that was Preston. Yep, Christian Preston Incomplete. Ball sailed on Hammond. Don't know if he'd have completed it anyway. There was good coverage on the play.
Yeah. It's a straight post route, and the ball was just overthrown.
Curry was covering him closely. Now we got 4th down and 9. From the 18. Man in motion to the far side. Hammond throws it out to the back, coming out of that far side motion. He'll get it complete to the 15, but that's all he's going to get. Nowhere near the first down. Lobos close and get off the field after another defensive stand.
Run a swing pass out to the far side of the field, and Longview just got too much speed there. Ball's actually caught behind the line of scrimmage. They reacted, and the ball's going to go over to the Lobos.
So defense stands again. Lobos take over 1st and 10. They'll have the ball at their own 15-yard line. They've got a 42-7 lead. And Johnny, you and I watched some of the highlights of the Lufkin A&M game, A&M Consolidated, right before our game tonight. And Lufkin was flying around like Longview does, and that's why we're a little bit surprised about the way things go now. Handoff up the middle. Elijah Johnson on the run to the 50, to the 40, to the 30, to the 20, 15, and out of bounds at the 8-yard line. They'll mark him out at the 7, and that's going to be a run of 77 yards.
Goodness gracious.
Elijah Johnson. And as we said, you don't see a lot of fall off if Johnson steps in as the tailback in place, and there's a flag at the end of that play, by the way, down about the 18. Let's see, is that they're pointing against Longview? So
he did throw a stiff arm, and they may say that he grabbed the face mask of the defender. We'll see.
It looks like a spot foul. So it wipes out some of that long run. But will they make them go out? No, they'll bring it back to the 29. So instead of getting it inside the 10, they've got it back at the 29. But the penalty's against Longview. That's not going to make John King happy. So the ball's at the 29 of Lufkin, 1st and 10. They're still trying to get the chain set. They'll hand it off left side. It's Tatum back in the ball game, believe it or not.
I know it. I was just looking at that.
Now he's coming back out.
I'm really surprised that they even put him back in, aren't you?
A little bit, yeah. A lot, actually. I just don't want to second guess the man.
I'm not second guessing him. I'm just saying it surprised me.
It was surprising. Offsides against Lufkin is the call on the penalty, so that's going to be a 5-yard penalty. Hale's coming off the field now, too. I think it's safe to start taking some of these guys. We may see a new quarterback in here. That maybe, is that Tut? No, that's Allen still in the game. Okay.
He's still there.
Okay. 1st and 5 now from the 24-yard line. Longview in Lufkin territory, and back driven down behind the line of scrimmage, Elijah Johnson with no running room whatsoever because number 96, Zion Williams, beat him to the ball back there.
I think that was actually Jonathan Lee.
Thank you. Jonathan Lee dropped for a loss. Back to the 26. Second down and 6 rather. 8:51 to go in the game. 2 wideouts to the left. Handoff right side. Washington, 10, 5, touchdown, Longview. Kelvin Washington.
Kelvin, I mean, what a run. I mean, dadgum, he goes right over tackle, kicks it out to the right, turns the corner, outruns everybody. He's already had 2 long kickoff returns, and we didn't even know that he's going to be playing. And
he hasn't played running back the whole season until tonight, but after the way he's returned the ball on the kickoff returns, And you see the kind of speed he's got. He looks like Taylor Tatum, too.
No kidding.
48-7, and a chance to make it 49 here is the kick is up by Michael Fields, and it's good. And with 8:42 left in the game, Longview now leading 49-7 over Lufkin. You are listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Wait a minute, time out. Whoa, time out. This time out brought to you by First Choice Personnel. For all your hiring needs, more Lobo football coming up.
And for the win, name something that is hard to find.
Your keys, 4-leaf clover, needle in a haystack, true love.
I'm sorry, the correct answer is a job. Better luck next time.
Don't trust luck. Trust First Choice Personnel. For years, First Choice has been delivering hard-to-find talent, even in highly competitive sectors. First Choice Personnel will be the only choice you need. FirstChoicePersonnel.net.
Come see for yourself why more East Texans buy at Peters than any other dealer. Experience fun and freedom with the legendary Jeep line at Peters, built with you in mind and ready for adventure. Choose from the largest inventory in East Texas with nationwide delivery. Or come see us to reserve your next new Jeep with the options you want. Peters Jeep in Longview.
Kelvin Washington making his breakout evening tonight with yet another big play, this one for a score, 26 yards on the touchdown run to make it 49-7. Longview in total control in this ball game, and now we ought to see the benches start to empty for Longview.
Yeah, that was a 5-play, 85-yard drive for Longview, too.
Fields kicks it short, taken at the 22, coming around this way near side, trying to find an edge at the 25, not going to get it. As the ball, the return man down on coverage, rather, number 10, Dadrian Garrett, tried to tackle the ball and strip it out and was able to pull the return man down. And so Lufkin trailing now by 32 points with 8:33 to go in the ball game. And as we've said numerous times tonight, I don't think anybody, I know these two guys up here in this radio booth were not expecting this tonight.
This is really an impressive performance against what is a good team, or will be a good team this season.
Hand off to Garrett. Garrett crossing the 30 to the 32-yard line for a 4-yard gain. That'll make it second down and 6. Lufkin football. Been a long, long night for Todd Quick and the Panthers. Lobos have brought their A game in every area tonight.
It's got to be really disappointing to the team.
Well, now you see A. Martin Stadium just about empty on the home side. Quick pass out the left side, almost intercepted. Defender jumped the route, but the ball was completed out to the 48-yard line, and that was complete to Preston. Good throw and catch from Hammond to Preston. First down out to the 47-yard line for a gain of 16 and a first down for Lufkin.
That was close to being intercepted, but ends up being a completion and a first down.
A gamble by the DB didn't play out. First and 10, Lufkin at the Lobo 47. They'll hand it off coming right. That'll be Garrett. And very little yardage on the play, maybe a gain of 1. And it'll be second down. They say no gain on the play, so second and 10 with 7:05 to go, clock running. After the ball game, we hope you'll stick around. Coach John King somehow is going to scale Mount Abe Martin tonight and visit us.
Well, after this victory, he's probably got enough adrenaline to get up here.
Somebody's got to help him down, though. There's a pass to the right side, almost intercepted. Oh, my goodness. 21. Thomas Roll had the ball hit him in the hands, and he knew, man, this is my chance. I don't get to play much. Roll only a junior. And he had a chance to make a pick and get his name in the paper and wasn't able to hold on to it. Poor kid. 3rd down and 9. Lufkin at their own 47. Sends a man in motion to the right side. They'll throw it to him out of the backfield. It's caught at the 44. Coming up to tackle. First man to hit him was Roll. And then it's cleaned up by number 43, Jaden Howard. And so after only a 1-yard gain on the play, it's 4th down and 9. Clock stopped as the receiver got out of bounds. So at the 47-yard line, 4th down and 9 for the Lufkin Panthers. Nothing riding on this, but they'd like to get the first down. Have something positive to look at when this thing's over. Again, Garrett in motion coming out of the backfield. They pump to him once and then sail it deep. 2 receivers right there in the area. That seemed like a mix-up and it was incomplete. And the pass was intended for Preston. And the ball goes over on downs as Longview's defense turns Lufkin back again with 6:27 to go in the ball game.
I would suspect that this may be the last series of the game. We'll see.
Tutt comes in at quarterback. So now we see an entirely new lineup. In at running back, Jose Soto. And he'll get that handoff right up the middle, and he's going to get 10. Jeez. Big burst right up the middle. He got 8, actually. He got to the 39-yard line in Lufkin territory. So it was an 8-yard gain. 2nd down and 2 for the Lobos. Getting ready to go to 4-0. Again, nothing that they've done tonight is going to drop them out of that number 1 spot in the state. They're in the I formation. They'll hand it off to Lee this time. Lee tries the right side. He'll get across the 35 to the 34. First down, Longview. 5:46 to play in the game. John King just wanting to run it and get it out of here. Take a big win and go home. They'll send 2 out to the left. They have a tight end to the left, offset. They'll hand it off to Lee again, up the middle. And again, he gets inside the 30 to about the 29-yard line. 33, rather, was the back on this play, Steverson. Brandavian Steverson now, as we're starting to see everybody get a touch.
Yeah, they're going to get everybody in here.
And that's something John King wants to do. He wants to keep all these kids involved and reward them for all the time they put in practice by letting them get on the field during a game. From the eye, Tutt, quick pass, left side, caught at the 20-yard line and brought out of bounds. Catch was made by number 17, Ethan Harrison, and it's another first down. Lobos at the 19-yard line with 4:54 to go. And all the backups in the game now. So they come out with the I formation, Tutt under center. They'll turn and hand it off. Up the middle and breaking it to the 11-yard line. Again, 35, Jonathan Lee this time. And he's got 7 on the play. It's 2nd down and 3 at the 13. 4:25 to go in the game. All Lobos, 35-7 at the half. They scored a touchdown early in the 3rd quarter. And then this thing is settled down until Elijah Johnson and company were able to take it in, and there's an easy touchdown run. My goodness. Number 35, Jonathan Lee right up the middle, takes it in for the score, and Longview in the 50s now.
Well, that was an 11-yard run and pretty impressive one for Jonathan Lee. Of course, Lufkin is not playing with the same enthusiasm they did. It doesn't take anything away from that run. It's a great effort on his part.
And these kids, they want to play, and they want to have exciting moments. So, new kicker in the ball game, John Monsivius, and that kick is good, and the score now is Longview 56, Lufkin 7. You are listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Not all damage is preventable.
Oh no, the squid monster's attacking our ship! We're going down!
But it is forgivable.
There's a waterfall coming down the stairs!
And fixable.
Flood Out Restoration specializes in residential and commercial water and fire damage restoration. Our services include fast action disaster recovery from fires, water extraction, and structural drying and mold remediation. We coordinate with your insurance company to reduce stress and restore your property quickly to get you back on your feet. FloodOutRestoration.com.
Come see for yourself why more East Texans buy at Peters than any other dealer. The Ram truck lineup at Peters Ram is designed to go further and experience more. Choose from the largest inventory in East Texas with nationwide delivery. Or come see us to reserve the Ram truck that's right for you with the options you want. Peters Ram in Longview.
Longview with their subs in, and Jonathan Lee takes it in from 11 yards out to make it 56-7. Lobos on top of the Lufkin Panthers in the district opener. Longview about to go to 4-0. Not one game has been close.
No.
And they're about to go to 1-0 in district play and come back to Lobo Stadium next week for a matchup against a very talented Lancaster team. The kickoff aimed toward the left sideline is out of bounds, and the penalty flag will go down, and Lufkin will have the ball at the 30-yard line. But man, it has been a wheels-off kind of night for Lufkin ever since about when they got to 14-7, and then Longview was able to score to make it 21-7.
And then ever since then, it's been all Longview.
And it was set up, that touchdown to make it 21-7 was set up by a 49-yard kickoff return by Kelvin Washington and an Allen 40-yard pass to Hale to set up a 7-yard Tatum run. And we've seen Kelvin Washington making big plays in the return game 2 or 3 times tonight. He had a 72-yard kickoff return, and then he scored a 26-yard touchdown run from scrimmage. So he has made his name tonight. They'll hand it off up the middle and get it across the 37 to about the 38-yard line. And it's Bakari Murphy, that carried that ball 8 yards to the 38-yard line. Lufkin with a second down and 2 with 3:26 to go in the ball game.
Keep in mind, this is actually a district game, too, so this is...
Flag down as they hand it off to the tailback up the middle, and a gain out to the 45 is going to get wiped out, probably by either a hold or illegal procedure against Lufkin. Yeah, district opener, you expected this thing to be, oh, wait, is the penalties declined? Was it against Longview? Not had a real good night tonight trying to pick up what these officials are trying to tell me, I guess.
No, they don't give you much of a sign very quickly.
Not a lot of effort there. 1st and 10 from the 44. Lufkin hands it off. And again, getting across to the 48-yard line is Bakari Murphy for a gain of about 4. It's second down and 6, 2:45 to go in the ball game. Lobos running bodies in and out right now, making lots of substitutions, trying to get as many kids in the game as possible. And Longview on defense, they'll hand it off. No, Hammonds keeps it. Hammonds runs it to the 40 in Lufkin territory, down to about the 37-yard line. He's still in the game for Lufkin, and he picks up a big gain for a first down for the Panthers to the 38. 2:12 left in this game. Lobos lead it 56-7.
Well, 69 last week, 56 this week.
Incredible. Panthers are at Forney next week. They hand it off as they just want to keep it on the ground. And boy, 3 Lobos came up and just popped that running back, Bakari Murphy. Good job by number 29, John Kawich. No gain on the play, second down and 10. Lobos came into this ball game tonight averaging about 56 points a game. Second down, handoff, left side, got a hold. We'll get across the 30 to the 29-yard line. Kendrick Morris.
I think this is going to be the last play of this game, I think.
43 seconds to go. One correction, Longview averaging 51 points per game before tonight. It may jump up a couple of points after tonight's game, match with the 56 points they've got here. Third down and 2. Panthers keep it on the ground. They'll hand it off, trying to get to the edge. There's a flag that goes down as Murphy runs out of bounds. And I'll bet it's a block against the Lufkin Panthers. It is.
Yeah.
So holding is the call. They'll back it up. And Lufkin will run maybe one more play. And then this thing will be wrapped up. And the Lobos, for the second straight week, putting up over 50 points. They have been impressive so far this year. They scored 48 against Marshall, 69 last week, 56 tonight, and even bigger, the defense for the second straight week, for the third straight week, playing stout. And the last play is a run and a drop for a loss. Lobos defense flying sideline to sideline, and that is going to be the last play of the game. With 8 seconds to go, they will line up, but I can't imagine they're going to run another play. 2-1 ball game.
Wow, what a performance.
Incredible game. Longview continues to roll like the number 1 ranked team in the state, and they win it tonight by a score of 56-7. A tough night for Todd Quick and his Panthers, and 2 old friends will shake hands. Some nights it's just like that, but John King and Todd Quick are as good of friends as you'll find for being opposing coaches. And you know, he feels for Todd Quick. He's been there. But tonight it's all Lobos, and they win it by a score of 56-7. We're going to take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll recap. We hope to hear from Coach John King later on this evening. You are listening to the Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
If your loan isn't with Eastman Credit Union, you're missing out. Come to us for your next auto or RV loan. We'll do our best to find the loan that fits your budget and lifestyle. When you're ready for your loan, you can apply online, in a branch, or give us a call. Sign your documents from anywhere. We'll send the money when you're ready. Get 3 months with no payments, a great rate, and earn extraordinary dividends. ECU makes it convenient, and you leave happy.
Visit ECU for your next auto loan. It's what we do. Eastman Credit Union.
Injuries aren't planned, and here at Longview Orthopedic, we're going to work together with patients to try to obtain the best outcome possible for them. We have the ability to treat all injuries for all patients and athletes of all ages. One thing I want patients to understand is that, I've been in their situation. I played football at Texas A&M University, played offensive line, I was a guard, and being an athlete, suffering injuries, and having that passion to get back on the field gave me a really good perspective on the other side of the line as a treating physician now here at the Longview Orthopedic Clinic.
Attention all bug police units. Attention all bug police units. We have a 1014 home invasion in progress. Remember to use caution. These delinquents will use any and every means necessary to break into the home. And once inside, they will illegally set up headquarters. Their lawless and destructive ways cannot be permitted to continue.
Don't let pests take over your home. Shut the operation down today. Call the bug police to patrol your property at 553-9003. Online at thebugpolice.com. They shoot to kill and aim to please.
Not all damage is preventable.
Oh no, the squid monster's attacking our ship! We're going down!
But it is forgivable.
There's a waterfall coming down the stairs!
And fixable.
Flood Out Restoration specializes in residential and commercial water and fire damage restoration. Our services include fast action disaster recovery from fires, water extraction, and structural drying and mold remediation. We coordinate with your insurance company to reduce stress and restore your property quickly to get you back on your feet. FloodOutRestoration.com.
Welcome to the Longview.
Sophie's Car Wash, a longtime sponsor of Longview Lobo football. Now with their third location in Lakeport, plus the original on Highway 80 and their self-serve location on Wall Street in Longview. For savings and convenience, get a monthly pass good at the Highway 80 location or in Lakeport.
Sophie's is a place to be.
Once again, Sophie's Car Wash is proud to support Longview Lobo football. Go Lobos!
Dan Story has been named to the top 10 nursing home lawyers in the state of Texas. Many East Texans have questions about the care of their loved ones in a nursing home. They just don't know who to ask. If you suspect your loved one has been abused in a nursing home, unexplained falls and bruises, malnutrition and bed sores, call for a free consultation. 903-CALL-DAN. As a community, it's important to look out and protect our elderly population. 903-CALL-DAN. That's 903-CALLDAN.
September 3rd is Bacon Day. September 19th is Talk Like a Pirate Day. Arr, matey. September 25th is Comic Book Day. But any day is a good day to save big on crazy fast internet and unlimited data. Get Cable Link's broadband up to 150 meg internet and unlimited data together for under $25 per month. We make it easy to switch. Plus, everything wireless in your home connects best with true broadband speeds and no buffering. There's no credit check, no money up front, and no deposit. Save big on your internet every day. Get Cable Link's broadband up to 150 meg internet and unlimited data under $25 per month.
Don't miss out. Ask how to qualify for free or discounted internet service. Email support at cablelinks.com or call 800-903-0508. Some restrictions will apply. Many factors affect speed.
Thanks for listening to the Longview Lobo postgame show, an exclusive broadcast presentation on 106.5 Jack FM.
Also brought to you by the law offices of Sophie and Hoover.
Welcome to the postgame show brought to you by the law offices of Sophie and Hoover. Recapping the scoring in this big Longview 56-7 win in the district opener at Lufkin tonight. Taylor Tatum took it 6 yards to cap off an 80-yard drive in the first quarter and make it 7-0. That's followed by a Tamarian Boone interception for a pick six to make it 14-0 Longview with 3:31 to go in the quarter. Lufkin comes back with a nice drive. T.J. Hammond hits Murphy for a 17-yard pass and a touchdown. PAT was good, made it 14-7. Longview on top, but looking like the kind of ball game we expected it to be, a close one with 3 seconds to go in the first quarter. But then Kelvin Washington breaks it off for a 49-yard kickoff return. That's followed up by a Jordan Allen to Jalen Hale 40-yard pass to the 7, and that set Taylor Tatum up for his second touchdown to make it 21-7 with 11:29 to go in the second quarter. Later on in the quarter, Elijah Johnson with a 6-yard touchdown run made it 28-7, and then just before the half, Longview gets the ball and drives 98 yards. Jordan Allen throws it to Jalen Hale for their second hookup of the night, makes it 35-7, Longview on top at halftime. Then in the second half, Longview opens with a 72-yard kickoff return by Kelvin Washington. That sets up a Taylor Tatum 27-yard touchdown run to make it 42-7 with 11:39 to go in the third quarter. Lufkin answers with a 47-yard kickoff return by Braden Murphy, but then Willie Nelson turns back and gets a 68-yard punt return after Lufkin is unable to get anything going offensively. The Lobos later get a goal line stand, turn Lufkin back from the 1-yard line on 4th and 1, and then Longview drives 99.5 yards. Kelvin Washington, a 26-yard touchdown run, makes it 49-7, 8:42 to go in the ball game, and then Jonathan Lee caps off the scoring as Longview empties its bench, and they win it tonight by a score of 56-7. Lee with the touchdown from 11 yards out, the final score of the ball game. Longview goes to 4-0, 1-0 in district play. Lufkin drops to 3-1. Longview is at home next week against Lancaster. Lufkin is on the road next week. They take on the Forney Jackrabbits. Johnny, what do you think after a ball game like this?
Well, you start with the defense. I thought the defense was just incredible tonight. They had another Boone score, the second week in a row, a defensive score. Willie Nelson made a big play. I thought the defensive line was amazing tonight. I mean, this team has a legitimate running back. I'm talking about an elite running back, and they were just all over him, and it was just quite impressive by the entire defense. We played a whole bunch of people on offense. Elijah Johnson again rushed for over 100 yards. He had 2 scores. Tatum had a game. He was over 109 again. Jordan Allen completed. Now, sometimes my stats aren't perfect, but I had him completing a 9 of 13 passes. Jalen Hale was a factor tonight. He caught a touchdown and several receptions. I don't know what else can you say. You go through the whole team played great. I mean, they just did. And this is a legitimate team that they're playing. That's what is so encouraging.
It's very encouraging because, again, we came into the night feeling just a little bit queasy about this ball game. And Longview came out and said, hey, you got nothing to worry about. We got this thing under control at halftime. We're going to take a timeout. It's 56-7, the final score. Longview beats Lufkin tonight. We continue the post-game show with the law offices of Story and Hoover. You're listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Dan Story has been named to the top 10 nursing home lawyers in the state of Texas. Many East Texans have questions about the care of their loved ones in a nursing home. They just don't know who to ask. If you suspect your loved one has been abused in a nursing home, unexplained falls and bruises, malnutrition and bed sores, call for a free consultation. 903-CALL-DAN. As a community, it's important to look out and protect our elderly population. 903-CALL-DAN. That's 903-CALLDAN.
Bitch's RV is a bit new around here, so we have questions. What exactly is bigger in Texas? Is it really everything, or is it just high school football? We can't wait to see for ourselves every Friday night with our Longview Lobos family. Bitches is built on family and fun and lifelong memories. Sounds like football in Texas, right? So we got your back every pregame, tailgate, postgame, after party, and everything in between. Go Lobos! Bitches RV, where memories begin.
Do you know any experienced health professionals? If so, the team at Christus Good Shepherd would love to meet them. Call us today at 833-315-GOOD and you could receive $1,500 for the referral. We need associates in surgery, lab, imaging, nursing, respiratory, and therapy. At Christus, we value what each individual brings to our mission and aim to create a culture where quality of work and quality of life live harmoniously. It's a win-win. Call today, 833-315-4663.
Sophie's Car Wash, a longtime sponsor of Longview Lobo football. Now with their third location in Lakeport, plus the original on Highway 80 and their self-serve location on Wall Street in Longview. For savings and convenience, get a monthly pass good at the Highway 80 location or in Lakeport.
Sophie's is a place to be.
Once again, Sophie's Car Wash is proud to support Longview Lobo football. Go Lobos!
Not all damage is preventable.
Oh no, the squid monster's attacking our ship! We're going down!
But it is forgivable.
There's a waterfall coming down the stairs!
And fixable.
Flood Out Restoration specializes in residential and commercial water and fire damage restoration. Our services include fast action disaster recovery from fires, water extraction, and structural drying and mold remediation. We coordinate with your insurance company to reduce stress and restore your property quickly to get you back on your feet. FloodOutRestoration.com.
Bitch's RV is a bit new around here, so we have questions. What exactly is bigger in Texas? Is it really everything, or is it just high school football? We can't wait to see for ourselves every Friday night with our Longview Lobos family. Bitches is built on family and fun and lifelong memories. Sounds like football in Texas, right? So we got your back every pregame, tailgate, postgame, after party, and everything in between. Go Lobos! Bitches RV, where memories begin.
Not all damage is preventable.
Oh no, the squid monster's attacking our ship! We're going down!
But it is forgivable.
There's a waterfall coming down the stairs!
And fixable.
Flood Out Restoration specializes in residential and commercial water and fire damage restoration. Our services include fast action disaster recovery from fires, water extraction, and structural drying and mold remediation. We coordinate with your insurance company to reduce stress and restore your property quickly to get you back on your feet. FloodOutRestoration.com.
When you're in need of collision repair, you need a shop that has a proven track record of being experienced, reliable, and friendly. McDaniel's Quality Body Works has stood the test of time in Longview for 89 years. From the early years of repairing Furies, Bel Airs, and Studebakers to today's complex Cobras, Stingrays, and Silverados, McDaniel's has been committed to your automotive collision repair needs since 1933. McDaniel's Quality Body Works in Longview, Kilgore, and Gilmer is the solution to your collision repair needs.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
Injuries aren't planned, and here at Longview Orthopedic, we're going to work together with patients to try to obtain the best outcome possible for them. We have the ability to treat all injuries for all patients and athletes of all ages. One thing I want patients to understand is that, I've been in their situation. I played football at Texas A&M University, played offensive line, I was a guard, and being an athlete, suffering injuries, and having that passion to get back on the field gave me a really good perspective on the other side of the line as a treating physician now here at the Longview Orthopedic Clinic.
Attention all bug police units. Attention all bug police units. We have a 1014 home invasion in progress. Remember to use caution. These delinquents will use any and every means necessary to break into the home. And once inside, they will illegally set up headquarters. Their lawless and destructive ways cannot be permitted to continue.
Don't let pests take over your home. Shut the operation down today. Call the bug police to patrol your property at 553-9003. Online at thebugpolice.com. They shoot to kill and aim to please.
And the post-game show brought to you by the law offices of Sorey and Hoover continues. Brian Houston with Johnny Vaughn, and we are pleased to have, fresh off of his victorious scaling of Mount A. Martin, Coach John King is with us tonight. How you doing, Coach?
Good. 83 steps, and the last three were the worst. Straight up.
I'm telling you, it's like altitude's like 5,000 feet.
It's a climb.
I'm telling you. Well,
maybe that's why they're so fast around here. They climb these steps all the time.
It would take some working to get those things going. 56-7. Johnny and I looked at the highlights of Lufkin and A&M Consolidated before we watched your game tonight. We fully expected this thing to be a war, and it was over at halftime.
Well, we did too. I mean, nobody came down on that bus thinking it'd be 56-7, but we didn't let three get going. The big running back, that's been their strong suit, running ball with him. He's a really good back, and I felt like our front six did a good job of keeping him hemmed up. He did have a couple of big runs. We didn't give up a a big pass play, the throwing game with max protection. We gave up a couple we should have been on top of, but other than that, we didn't give up a big play. We forced them to throw the ball, didn't let them run it. Then offensively, I thought we were clicking pretty good there in the first half. Made some big plays, made a big one at the end of the half, get the jailbreak screen and push it to 42-7. And then the second half, we got a little sloppy. A couple of penalties, shut down drives, but other than that, I thought it was a pretty good night out of our kids.
Tadarian Boone with another pick six. Your defense keeps scoring points.
Tadarian Boone is instinctive. That's to put it mildly. He knows how to find the ball. It's amazing how he finds the ball. He's in the right place. Read the route combination and picked the ball. Ran it in, and he's a good football player. Undersized, playing inside linebacker for us, but he finds the ball. He's instinctive and can make plays, can tackle an open field. But I thought the whole group played well tonight.
2 weeks ago, you made the comment at the end of the Marshall game after we talked that you really wanted to try to get a lot of kids in because, you wanted to make sure they stayed engaged and stuff. Mm-hmm. In doing that, you find a kid like Kelvin Washington that hadn't played much in the first two ball games, does some spectacular things last week. Now he's a regular part. And the kickoff returns, he had one for 72 yards. He had a touchdown run. I mean, that's got to be a find.
Yeah, well, we knew what we had there. He was young, just a sophomore, and we were going to bring him along gradually. And, we decided to take Joe Lee and Kelvin. We call him Boosie. I was going to call him Boosie. We'll put them back deep on kick returns and give Taylor Tatum and Jalen a break from there. Let somebody else touch the ball, and also keep those guys a little fresher. So those guys can make plays, and I can tell you, Boosie, open field the football's dangerous. He's a slasher and he's got foot speed. So he made a couple of great kickoff returns for us, had some good runs offensively, and so did Joe Lee and all the backs. I mean, I thought Jose Soto and Brendavian Stevenson ran the ball well too. When their time was called.
The defensive goal line stand down there again. Your whole defense. I mean, every area of the game, you guys were outstanding tonight.
Two big ones down there in the red zone. Yeah, and we're going to punch the ball out of there. I thought we were doing a pretty good job of moving the ball, and we get a high-low call, negates a first down, and puts us in, second long, and we wound up having to punt. Things like that just kind of threw us off in the second half. But I thought defensively, yes, that was a big stand for us, and we held them on another fourth down too. I forget somewhere along the way. This game seemed like it started at noon.
I thought too, Elijah Johnson had an outstanding game. I said on the broadcast, he looks like somebody just looking to find contact, somebody he'd run into. He is tougher than nails.
He's built now. He's stout, and he's a good runner. He can catch the ball in the backfield. He can just do a lot of good things for us. And it's a good 1-2 punch to him and Taylor. So it gives us an added dimension, that to our offense, and kind of makes it hard to defend.
It's going to be hard to explain to people at home, but that team that you played tonight is a talented football team, and you saw what they did against A&M Consolidated last week. What does that say about your football team that you put them away that easily tonight?
Well, they're talented. They've gotten better every week. They got 12 sophomores playing up too, so they're still a little bit inexperienced, but they're definitely a better football team this time now than they were last year. And it was our night. We made some plays. We're playing with a more experienced football team. Our quarterback's a 3-year starter. Mm-hmm. You got a guy like Jalen Hale. You got a Taylor Tatum, A.J. Johnson. You got an offensive line that I don't know how many combined starts they have, but we're pretty seasoned in that area. As it been opposed to the last couple of years, every play was a new play. It seemed like you have to teach something new every time you snap the ball, but that comes with understanding the verbiage, understanding the scheme, and being able to apply it to what you see, on the field. So, and then defensively, hey, those guys are back. Our kicker's back. We got a good sniper in Andrew Tutt. So I mean, we've got a solid football team.
No kidding. I'd say solid is a good way to put it. So 1-0 in district now, undefeated 4-0. Really still waiting to see you get tested in a ball game. Does that worry you at all?
Tested. Hell, we've tested all night. I don't play in Lufkin.
Doesn't look like it, though. You know what I'm
saying? You're right. I mean, we haven't been in a one-score game. We hadn't been in a two-score game. We're in a situation where you're behind and have to come back and win a game. We hadn't been there. But, that's what I tell the kids. Quit worrying about the scoreboard. Just play. Play the next play. Flush whatever happened, good or bad. Go play the next play. If you do that, then, you're going to play better. You sit there and worry about what's going on with the scoreboard, and you can't get get it all in one snap. You just got to earn it. Go back and earn it. And the way we practice, the way these kids work on one another, ones on ones, twos on twos, however we prepare during the week, they understand what it takes. And, they've done a great job of flushing things. Of course, every week's a new week. Who knows what's been said, away from us. When you get them back on Monday, you always, worry about what kind of influence they might have been around over the weekend, whether it was good or bad, or somebody pumping them up too much, telling them how good they are, and they don't come and work the next week, So if you don't put in the work, you're not going to perform at a high level.
I was just thinking probably the toughest games they play are on Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays.
Well, it's pretty physical.
I bet.
We've had to alter some things. I mean, and that comes with having an experienced football team. Is Coach King getting soft? No, no, I'm not. But, how many times, and these old hags we got that used to play for me, tell me how many times we got to run right 56 if we know how to run it. You know what I mean? When you don't know how to run it, they know what I'm going to say. Run it again. And run it again. And run it again until we know how to run it. But that's just, we get in good quality work, and if it's good, and it's the way it needs to be, the physicality, the tempo, the execution, on both sides of the ball, then, we don't have to run as many reps. Maybe instead of doing 24 reps, we do 18 instead, or something of that nature, so you can scale back on some of that and save some of it for Friday night.
Right.
You got to be happy with the quarterback play this year.
I'm extremely happy.
He's just been steady, makes the right throws. I've been really impressed at how he's played.
Well, there's nobody that's put in more work in developing to be what he is today than that kid. And I'm not talking about just the quarterback mechanics. I'm talking about in the weight room, in the off season, you name it, understanding our offense. He's a 3-year starter.
Yeah.
He understands everything. And, and it's very similar to when we had Haynes. It's almost like he grew up, in the field house, or he goes home with me. You can tell Jordan something, and he's a very intelligent kid. You can tell him that, and it's done, and he understands our offense. He understands football. He understands what the opposing defenses are doing. And then you put that with his physical development and how well he's throwing a football, and he can run it. He can run it with physicality. And don't really want to run him too much, but run him enough. So let people know we can do it. But, no, Jordan Allen's played well, and Andrew Tutt's getting better. I've been pleased with him. It's nice to have two high-character, intelligent guys like that you can have that are going to try to execute your offense.
56-7 tonight. Okay, no, you're probably heading to College Station. Today was a tough day for your son, I'm sure, with all the news coming out that Max Johnson's going to start tomorrow night against Miami, and you getting ready for a game and having to deal with that too. What was that like?
Well, I can tell you, we've known since early in the week. You can put 2 and 2 together, and probably, to be honest, might have known after the game Saturday that something was going to happen. My son's a tough kid. He'll push through this. There ain't one way through it. That's the push through it. Nobody's going to feel sorry for you. Nobody's just going to throw their hands up and quit. He's got to keep working. Who knows what his next opportunity is going to be? It may be tomorrow night. It may be later in the year. Who knows? Maybe next year, 2 years. That's the business of college football, and particularly quarterback. But I'm going to support the Aggies. And he's going to do the same thing. And that's kind of what it's about. Hopefully they play better, and they find a way to win a ball game. They definitely need to play better in a lot of areas. He just won the quarterback, but he's the quarterback. It's like the head coach: too much credit, too much blame.
I was about to say. I saw a lot of things that were wrong the other day to pull the quarterback. There could have been 50 guys that needed to be benched.
You dang right. And 5 of them with their hand in the dirt would be the first 5 I'd start with.
So it had to be kind of tough.
It is.
As a coach what it's supposed to be like, but you also as a dad, though, that's got to be a tough thing to have to hear.
It is tough, and I'd be lying if I said it wasn't on my mind all week long. And not necessarily who's going to start but worrying about his mental health and because that's a tough thing to stomach, and all this hoopla about you becoming a starting quarterback, and after 2 games you're being replaced, and kind of being the fall guy in a sense. But hey, that's the nature of the quarterback position. But he's a Lobo. He gonna Lobo up. So it's. I had a great conversation with him today. Probably the best 20-minute conversation he and I have had in a long time, and it was nice to hear.
Well, Coach, I'll tell you, we're all pulling for him, and I think he's going to get another chance before the season's out. I'm pretty certain of that, the way this thing's going. I bet he's back on the field a lot tomorrow night, as a matter of fact.
Well, yeah, well, it's. I just hope good things happen. You know, it's being a coach and being a dad. I mean, trying to be both at the same time. You know, it's sometimes can be tough, but you gotta see the big picture.
Absolutely,
you bet.
You ready to scale downstairs?
I'll tell you where I'm going down. I'm gonna go over there where I saw my boy Mean Gene over there. I'm gonna go down that rail by Mean Gene, and he's gonna be in front. If I fall, I'm landing on him.
Hey, Coach, congratulations.
You bet,
really,
man.
it was an awesome game tonight and terrific performance.
Appreciate it.
Very
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you very much. John King, the Longview Lobos head football coach. We're going to take a timeout. We'll come back and wrap this thing up. You are listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Why hire the Lobo lawyers? Because if you've been seriously injured through no fault of your own, you don't have to fight the insurance company alone. We are your pack, and we will fight for you. When it's time to Lobo up and lawyer up, call Sorey and Hoover, the Lobo Lawyers. 903-CALL-DAN. Board-certified personal injury trial lawyers. 903-CALL-DAN. That's 903-CALLDAN. Sorey and Hoover, the Lobo Lawyers.
Do you know any experienced health professionals? If so, the team at Christus Good Shepherd would love to meet them. Call us today at 833-315-GOOD and you could receive $1,500 for the referral. We need associates in surgery, lab, imaging, nursing, respiratory, and therapy. At Christus, we value what each individual brings to our mission and aim to create a culture where quality of work and quality of life live harmoniously. It's a win-win. Call today, 833-315-4663.
Longview Lobo High School football.
Brought to you by Peters Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Buick, and Longview.
Hey, thanks very much to the sponsors of Longview Cable, Kilgore Cable, First Choice Personnel, Bish RV, Sophie's Car Wash, Telco Plus Credit Union, Longview Orthopedics, the Bug Police, Christus Good Shepherd Medical Center, Flood Out Restoration, McDaniel's Quality Body Works. 56-7, Longview wins it over Lufkin tonight. Johnny Vaughn, any final thoughts before we turn you loose and let you head back to Longview, Texas?
Well, I think you got to look a long way to find about anything that Longview did bad tonight. I thought this was a great effort against a good team. I think it was important to play a team of this caliber and win the game, and especially in the manner that we did.
It was an awesome ball game, Johnny. Thank you very much for being with us tonight. As always, did a great job and appreciate it. Look forward to seeing you next Friday night at Lobo Stadium. Back home finally.
No kidding.
3 out of 4. I'm ready to get off the road for a while. Hey, thank you very much, Johnny Vaughn. All right, Brian Houston here again. The final score tonight by a score of 56-7. It is the Longview Lobos winning over the Lufkin Panthers. Congratulations to the Lobos. Thanks very much for listening tonight. We're going to be back at Lobo Stadium next Friday night as the Longview Lobos will continue district play. They will take on Lancaster. We'll be on the air at 7 o'clock with the Coach John King Show. 7:30 the kickoff. We hope that you'll join us then. For Johnny Vaughn, I'm Brian Houston. Again, the final, Longview 56, Lufkin 7. You have been listening to Longview Lobo football on 106.5 Jack FM.
Welcome to the Longview Lobo postgame show on 106.5 Jack FM.
Brought to you by the law offices of Sorey and Hoover on 106.5 Jack FM.